Alright, what up? Good morning, everybody. Just get right into it. We're chilling.
How are you? Have a good one.
Is this guy over here?
Hey there. See you around. Good day to you. Safe travels. Well met. Be careful.
Alright, we're gonna go head over here and kill some murlocs. Good morning, good morning. I think I should probably have, shit. Probably have what's it called right now, too. I'm gonna go see if there's a trainer for this in this area. Wait, what's going on here?
How are you? Safe travels.
Where am I getting Dwarven Mild from? Buy it? Probably. I need one more boar meat. Might as well do these extra quests or whatever. Oh yeah.
What can I do for you?
Rip. We'll do the some Murloc stuff because I think I'm doing collecting kelp. We'll get these fronds and then we'll head to Storm. Hopefully by the time we're done with the fronds, we'll be level 8. I can't remember whether or not level 8 is something for me. I don't think it is. But we'll give it a go anyway. You're shitting me, bruh. Are you fucking kidding me? I hate these people. I really do. You're gonna just run through with a 2-stack and just, like, kill everything, right? And nothing better to do. Oh, I'm dead. Probably dead.
Still recharging.
Oh, no, it's not that bad. I killed one.
That's still recharging.
Now I'm definitely dead. Ow. Why is the wolf still chasing? Thanks. Let me go quick buy this Dwarven Mild shit. Oh my god, I gotta sell too. Oh, I should have popped that way earlier, huh? What am I in here for, bro?
Well met.
Dwarven mild.
Go with honor, friend.
I supply only the finest goods. For the Alliance. I'm out of range.
Where'd I kill that Urlock? A decent already, huh? Well. Oh, nice one.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready.
That was pretty great. That was a little crazy. But apparently I could take on 2, so that's pretty dope. I didn't think I could do it. Lighter work. And, sometimes pretty good, sometimes pretty shit.
I need to get closer.
I gotta redo this macro. Actually. Oh, what the fuck? Why is he so fast?
recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Ooh, 3 mackerel. That's actually pretty dope. I haven't been mad about 3 mackerel. Is that a 3 stack? That's great. Not really around that right now.
Hello. See you later. What can I do for you? See you around. You need something? Have a good one. How are you? Safe travels.
Did I not accept that quest? Once I get to Stormwind chat, I'm going to take a little break because I do have to go to the bathroom pretty badly. We're already level 8. What's my slash plate on this character? 2 hours? Not bad. Almost 3. So we'll probably end up level 10 in an hour or so. And then we'll probably get into Thunder Row and then eventually Westfall. Could probably make 20 by like 1 or 2 o'clock. If I can make 20 by 1 or 2 o'clock, then I'm caught up with pretty much everybody in the guild. And then, assuredly, by 7 tonight, we'll be level 30 and past everybody. What's going on over here? Nah, I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna type something Lil Ray and said, "Oh, the rain. I feel like I'm in fucking Tarkov. Why is the rain so loud all the time?" I've been in rainstorms. Ain't this loud? I'm gonna have that tuna for lunch now that you brought that up earlier. Hopefully it's pretty good.
Hello.
Love you, baby. Have a good day at work.
Need help?
Have a good one.
We take the explosive rockets, chat, because I think we use these for Princess. And then eventually, like, I'll use them a couple of times. Oh. Weapon Master. Do I have money for this? Yeah.
Need help?
What do I want, though? Is it one-handed or two-handed we should take? We should probably take two-handed swords, honestly. Yeah, let's take two-handed swords. That puts us a little strapped for cash now, but I think we're, like, generally going to do it pretty... We're going to get there pretty quickly, so I'm not super worried. I'm hoping Arcane Shot is only 1 silver. That's really the only spell I need right now. I have a little bit of stuff to sell. I could also get away with selling all light leather and stuff just in case, but I don't know yet. We'll see when I get over here. I don't see any guards. I need one.
Light be with you. Light bless you.
Wait, what?
Greetings. For the Alliance.
Is he in here? Oh. And said there's a dwarf in Stormwind and then didn't show me the spot. We'll just check everything now. Fuck it. Guns vendor. Alright. I think we're on the right track. Weapon crafter. Arms merchant. Axe merchant, excuse me. Mining supplier. There's a hunter in there. Stable master? Yeah, it's probably it. Alright, I know where it is now.
How are you?
Yeah, see, I definitely need this. I really would like that. And that. And that. Oh.
Safe travels.
Right. Where's the, your vendor in here?
Intressiana pint.
Trying to make them. And I really have to go to the bathroom. I'm struggling over here. Fire? Yeah.
Welcome.
Alright, let's see. We get rid of the mild, rid of the shells. Honestly. And cloth. Would do me good.
Be good.
Talk to me. Very good.
I'm not super in need of concussive strike just yet, so hang out on this bridge here. I really go. Bathroom. Apologize. Apologies, chat. We'll chill with these beautiful aesthetics. Be right back. Oh. Look at us, man. We're sexy as fuck. Damn, that was a crazy ass looking horse. You seen that? Oh, don't fall. No, no, fuck! Shit! I do this. Okay. Back to it. What's happening right now? Oh, is that fucking troll shaman? Oh, he's about to get bodied.
King's honor, friend.
Oh, fuck yeah. Alright, I'm heading down this way right now. We'll go drop this quest off. And we'll move to the... I think east? Is this way? Yeah, east. It's like, I don't understand. What are you doing? Like, what are you actually doing right now? Killing gray mobs like that. It's just so silly to me. Like, let me run in an area that I'm fucking 7 levels too high for. And kill everything in the area because... What? What is that doing for you? You're level 16. Go to Westfall. Like, move the fuck on. I gotta sit in these zones with some of these fucking boobs, bro.
You need something? See you around.
Alright, I guess just on the way I'll kill these rock hides if I can. I mean, I was gonna kill a bunch of them, right?
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. It's still recharging. It's too far away.
Oh, my armor faded. Fuck.
That spell isn't ready yet.
I wish I had the quest before I started killing bears. Oh wait, did I take Hunter's Mark? Did.
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet.
Gotta do a level 10 Murloc. Yep. Oi, oi, oi. Hunter's kind of painful before 10, honestly, but we're almost there, so not a big deal. Let's see if there's some fun shit to watch on YouTube today. I say fun shit, but like, we're really just, Pokemon Cookie Gate drama is out of control.
We are in a spiritual war. It is
And
he is
look
the
at our
king that
enemies.
leads people.
If there was like an Islamic person that was trying to convince you about like Islamic beliefs, would you be open to that? Or like
I
I'm
have
Christian,
conversations
right?
with Muslims
You're
all the
Christian.
time. No,
No,
True.
I'm not.
Also, hold on, I'm sorry, hold on.
No,
She
I'm
said,
not
wait,
from
wait, wait,
West.
wait. She said, look at our enemies. Wait, no, she made everybody hold on.
The
One
point is
person
that
at a
there
time,
is a
please.
good motivation for having children.
Populate
in
the world
the
with more
sense that you
Christians.
can send
I
people
gotcha.
out into society.
You made the
Spread the
joke.
word.
Look who our enemies are. You realize we are destroying you in every single facet of the culture war and at world domination, right? Conservatives have no place in media. Conservatives have no place in the art. Conservatives have no place in most major governments around the world. America has the most right. The movement that I represent is absolutely annihilating your movement. It's not even close. That's why you guys are on podcasts crying about trans people going into bathrooms. I'm just saying that instead of making fun of the blue hair, you should revere it and respect it and fear it, okay? I am the man kicking you into the well saying...
That was pretty funny. We can watch financial stuff, I guess, right?
Oh, you know why? Because I'm still paying off my iPad.
No, that's not why. Because there's Apple Bill, Tropical Smoothie, Taco Bell, Apple Bill, Tropical Smoothie, Apple Bill, Tropical Smoothie.
Oh, how? Tropical smoothie, $17? What are the dates on these? This is every day? She's spending 20 bucks on smoothies? No joke, what's good advice for someone in their late 20s that's never been in debt or built credit, literally no idea what to do? Listen, okay? Are you ready? Here's the real black pill.
Hi, I'm Adriana Lee. I'm 23 years old.
She did a second one of these. Bro, listening to her first financial thing was unbelievable. Oh my god. She's got legal bills now.
Hi, I'm Adriana Lee. I'm 23 years old, and
Okay, we'll watch 10 minutes of this on 2x speed, okay? I'm just curious. Capital of Wyoming is Cheyenne, and its population is 5K. Probably could become a governor with 5K DGGers moving in. I'm a work-from-home Chad. I'd move in. Why don't you take over a capital? Bro. How crazy would that be? Holy shit. Wait, what if you had like a YouTuber? How many people would I need to get to work from home, move to Wyoming, to be elected as like mayor of a city? And then we could all just like vote for policies. That would be wild.
This is
that would be pretty crazy.
I'm not going more blind. I like to go in blind on follow-up to see just how you've done. Now,
I love that idea though.
As the Apple Card, which is like I don't have to look very hard to see what this is. $7,160 on Apple Card.
Gee, wait, how much was it before?
Last time there was like a weird tax situation of just not paying taxes, saving up for taxes, and then you're in a lot of debt.
She hasn't paid any of the tax yet, guaranteed. Ready? Here we go.
And you were spending so much money on just like bad stuff.
Yeah, that is true. But I have done my taxes.
You did your taxes?
Oh.
You did your taxes. How was that? What
Wait. Did them or did them and paid them?
It was a little bit confusing, but and it cost a lot of money to do, but
yeah,
it's okay because if I know.
You guys did it. Cool. How are we prepared for this next year? Are you paying quarterly?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
But I probably should. I don't know too much about
If she says, oh, she must have paid it off then. Fair. Okay, good job.
taxes.
Well, how many years have you been claiming this as your primary income and everything? Your Twitch streamer.
Yeah, I'm a Twitch streamer.
Link in the description.
But I also stream on Kick and I post on every social media. I'm like an influencer, like everywhere, I guess. So.
And what's it called? Not Fansly.
No, it was Fan House, but it recently shut down, which was a little bit of a crisis for me. But it rebooted as Passes, so it's the same thing, but it's just under a different name.
Okay. How much money are you bringing in on average on a monthly basis right now?
I put my phone out because I have my. It's really like because May is when we filmed the last one, and I made in total because I also have other things. $6,769, and in June I was balling a little bit. I made $10,484.
Very nice.
But then in July I made $4,700.
What happened?
Stop working.
No. Where the income source get hit the most?
Well, in July, Fan House is still a thing. It's just sometimes like we'll have people like as a fair, you'll have like people who want to support, you know, and then they'll like go away, like they'll show up, drop a big donation, if it's like on Twitch.
Advice, okay? Every single like cam girl or Fansly or Fan House, almost every single woman that I've talked to that does adult content or sexy work, whatever, content creation, okay? Listen to me, okay? I know some of you are listening to me right now, okay? I know you listen, because some of you DM me on Instagram, okay? Which I appreciate, by the way, okay? Listen to me, okay? Open your brains, okay? Every, like, sex worker-ish girl does this thing where I'll be like, oh, how much money do you make? And they're like, oh, varies month to month. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, how are you financially? Oh, and I got a lot of debt, blah, blah. Oh, okay, well, what's going on? Like, what did you make last month? They're like, oh, well, last month I made $7,000. And I'm like, okay, well, that's pretty good. Like, is that like per day that you make like 100, 200 bucks a day? And like, oh, no. Like last month I posted like 2 or 3 really good things. I made a ton of money on like the second week. I made a ton of money over like, if they're strippers, they'll say like 2 Saturdays or a couple weekends. If they do sex content, they say, oh, I posted a video or whatever. What happens all the time with these girls, I don't know why, and it's probably, actually guys probably do it in some other kind of cover work too, maybe contractors, is you guys will post content, you get a lot of money, and then once you feel like you made a lot of money for the month, you stop. Why? Don't do that, okay? So many of them will post, they make a lot of money that 1 month, and then they stop posting. Oh, Emmy is in chat. Do you do this too? Yeah, don't do that. Keep post through your gains and keep making money. Keep posting and keep making money. I don't know why, but they'll post, they make a money on like the 3rd, and then they don't post for the rest of the month, and then their bills roll on like, oh God, like I need to do this. Yeah, don't do that, guys. Jesus, keep posting.
I think what ends up happening, especially in like the sex worker industry, is because it's so top heavy, and the examples at the top are kind of like, it's bad for you if you're like a content creator and stuff, right? Because then you'll like watch like it's the I think it's like I call it the Sam Hyde effect, right? It's like you get a bunch of these like really edgy guys that all kind of make the same kind of content as Sam Hyde. But the difference is Sam Hyde is always the difference is Sam Hyde has like a contingent following, right? So he can post once a year, twice a year, he can make a video. And it's gonna make a shit ton of money, it's gonna make a ton of views. But I think like a lot of people end up in this like Sam Hyde effect where they're like, I can post you know, a pretty decent piece of content once a month. And it's like, yeah, but you don't have the following he does. Like, the reason why he's allowed to post like that is because of he's already famous, right? Like, it's like comparing apples and oranges. I don't know.
Or show a lot of support on Fan House, and then they'll like disappear.
And if you want support, I'm not asking for money. I'm just asking to hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get.
That being said, I'm that guy. I've not been doing this like very consistently. I'm trying to get back on a fairly consistent schedule. We'll be back soon, like full stop. I'm super excited about November 30th. We're gonna play a ton of Season Discovery. I'm really excited about the new Tarkov wipe. We're gonna play the shit out of that. Like, there's, you know, there's stuff that we have on the horizon that I'm pretty excited about. Did he just give me a bag? Let's go. Beautiful. Let's get the bundles of wood quest, and then what's this? Or runs and shit. It's in the back.
King's honor, friend.
Get to 750,000 subscribers. Let's go.
Yeah, but didn't you say you're gonna start streaming?
You know, I've thought about streaming. I'm trying to justify, especially if it's like Twitch. You know, I could stream on YouTube. I'm not as educated on that, but if I stream on Twitch, you know, it's a 50-50 split, and I know the time, you know, versus the money. Like, plus my team's already working, you know, full hours.
Yeah.
More, I don't know. I love connecting with the audience in different ways. We're trying to get this.
That's why I stream on Kick, because you get 100%.
I struggle with the gambling aspect.
Yeah, but you have to gamble.
No, I know.
I don't gamble.
This is, I'm a little torn on that.
Yeah. But Twitch used to have gambling.
100% either way. And well, their owners gamble.
Oh.
Well, again, torn. I'm not 100%. I'm not like anti, but I'm also not pro.
We won't get into the Twitch versus Kick.
No, sure, because I'm honestly just not really educated on it because it's not my platform anyway. But
Yeah.
so of the income sources that come in, what took the hit that decreased your income by 50% that month?
I was serious about boobs being different per month thing. Your boobs are not that different per month, okay? The problem is you're a girl, therefore you by default have body dysmorphia, okay? And so you're seeing yourself differently. Okay, I think your boob size probably changes a bit throughout your cycle, but it's not going to significantly bounce from month to month unless you're losing a or gaining a right? Or unless they're fake and you're getting your implants swapped out every month, okay?
Fan House?
Yeah.
Okay, so Fan House dropped by like 5,000 subscribers?
If I'm mad, they get bigger. Okay, based.
Or
Well,
$5,000?
yeah. In terms of like, and I took a vacation that month, so I wasn't really like working because I took like a week-long vacation in Mexico, which was paid for by family friends. So that's another reason I was like away from my computer all the time. I wasn't really like.
Wait, what? She went on a vacation?
Okay, so Fan House dropped by like 5,000 subscribers?
Hold on.
Or 5,000?
yeah.
Warning. Okay. I have 10,700 viewers right now. Okay, I need 1,000 of you to leave. All misogynists need to leave right now. Okay, because nothing will turn a misogynist into a school shooter quicker than watching a pretty girl talk about her financial issues that never, ever seem to catch up to her. Okay? Please, if you're misogynistic, I need you to leave the stream right now. Okay? All misogynists turn off stream, all right?
Dollars?
In terms of like, and I took a vacation that month, so I wasn't really like working because I took like a week-long vacation to Mexico, which was paid for by
week vacation. Oh, that's so long, bro.
family friends. So that's another reason I was like away from my computer all the time. I wasn't really like staying on top of like replying to people or streaming or whatever.
Vacations are good, and I think everyone in normal jobs are vacations, and we're doing like a week vacation here shortly, but like, am I going to be really on vacation?
Also, bro, I got so many tips, okay? Listen, if you're a sex worker or some bullshit, okay? Take pictures everywhere you go. Make people take pictures of you, okay? It's good to have like a big backlog of like pictures that you've taken. And then you get practice taking pictures. You see your body in different circumstances. You can have, yeah, it's like good to have a catalog of shit you can post when you go on vacation. Do this, okay? All the time.
Sorry to say, I think when you're in the social media space, content creator space, I unfortunately don't think in the grind that there are vacations.
That's
and
right,
I'm not saying that as like, I want you to work, you have to work. I'm just being a realist as of being in this position.
Oh, I know, and I've had like videos scheduled during my vacation because I try to keep YouTube consistent at least, and like my reels obviously because I do Instagram reels. It's like my main short form content that as well.
Okay. Oh, very nice. Yeah. Okay, so then we went to August.
August was also 4,500.
That's not a good trend.
But then recently in
how's September
September,
been so far?
I've made 9,000.
Well, yeah, I can try a bit like him.
Very good. Where was the bounce up?
But I also have like contracts I can't really talk about right now with certain platforms, and I'm also
Hi. Oh, what is this? Does that mean it's like a shot, like liquor?
No. Just it's a wine. It's a sweet wine.
Am I supposed to shot it? What?
No,
You giving me
take
like a sip?
Just take a sip. I gave you.
This is a sip, so I drink the whole thing?
No, just take a sip. I just didn't give you a full glass because I assumed you took your medicine. No. No.
There you go.
No, sir.
I can drink it all if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's so f***ing gross. I hate all wine though, like, and it's not just you, okay? Ah. What's that called? Port. Okay.
This first
Doing,
time
like,
having
contract work as
port?
well,
Is he
and
for
So
real?
what made up the additional 5,000 though this month so far? So 4,000 last month. definitely.
Passes.
Okay, so now that that's back up and running, people have converted pretty well. To
Yeah, and my
back to
contract
supporting.
work, so which I can't say. So I already asked. I'm like, oh, am I allowed to talk about this? And they're like, no. Because
No. We don't have to say who it is or what it is. Are you allowed to say financially what you might benefit?
Yeah. Like my contract work.
Jesus, that crypto.
Jesse, random thought that the decolonization / river of the sea thing from Musk. He recently said true to an insane post about Jews, insane from the right, and a lot of big advertisers have pulled back. This could be weird maneuvering. in
Fucking
response
bullshit,
to that. No,
dude.
Irk, that's why I said, is he doing this because of the weird shit that he said earlier? Yeah, Musk was tweeting true on like some unhinged on Twitter. But honest to God, clip me. Hold on, I've been taking way too many W's recently. Okay, so clip me here. Honest to God, I don't think Elon Musk is anti-Semitic at all. I don't think he hates Jews at all. I think that Elon Musk is actually just like really retarded, and he wants to be part of like the anti-woke movement. And sometimes that results in him liking tweets that are like anti-Semitic, but he actually has no idea like what he's actually doing. That's just my feeling. I could be totally wrong. It might be that Elon Musk actually is like into some of this like far alt-right like replacement theory or whatever. But I, honest to God, I think he's just retarded. I think he sees it as like some intellectual dark web shit, and he's like, oh shit. Like, oh my God, a lot of the banks are ran by Jews. Like, oh, you're speaking true facts here. That's my handle on it. I could be wrong, but yeah. Oh yeah, and he hates like the ADL and like all these other things too, right? Yeah. He's like adult Sneeko. Yeah.
That I have right now, I make at least.
Dude, Elon Musk and Donald Trump broke my brain with my assumptions that like, if you're a billionaire, you got to be pretty smart, at least on something. You must be if you're a billionaire, right? Trump and Musk broke my spiritual back on that belief. Jesus.
$1,000 extra a month.
Okay.
And then.
It's not very much. Hopefully, it's not using a ton of your time. Though.
And I'm doing a partnership with Passive as well.
Oh, good.
So.
Oh, that's good.
So, yeah.
So it's been like 6 months.
What?
Why,
It's been
like
like 6 months.
Huh?
It was May. Last time I was here. May's not 6 months.
Okay, it's been like 4 months.
Yeah.
4 or 5 months.
And also, I moved, so I
Well, you can sell 4 or 5 months. Why is this credit card?
No, listen to me. Before we get into this, I moved. And you know how much
Everyone
it
moves.
is?
I've moved every single year of my life since I've left high school.
Jesus, how old are you? Wait. Oh, not since high. Okay, because I was gonna say I've moved every year the past 5 years. But also, I'm a cool dude. Caleb's moved every single year since high school? That's crazy. That feels like a lot. The average person has moved 7 different times in their life.
Really?
Yes.
Don't you hate it?
Yes.
Why
Well,
not?
except for when I was in my condo. That was
Well-
the first time where I stayed somewhere for more than a single year.
Yeah, but you like own your places.
And well, that's only recently. And still, for 10 years though, since living in my house, every single year I moved at least once.
Jesus.
Okay, because moving with like having to pay like the first and last month rent, and then the security deposit, and then I have cats, so the pet deposit, and then I hired movers to help me move.
You didn't have to. Oh, you didn't have to hire movers though.
I did.
Why?
Because I'm only me.
You have friends here. I know you have friends here. I'm seeing your
Bro, you have so many friends. Why would you hire movers?
friends here on
Yeah,
Friday or
you've
Saturday.
seen
at
my
your birthday
cute little
party.
girlfriends around here that are not going to lift stuff.
I'm sorry, are girls like literally incapable of moving something? Do you have like a fucking like lead table, or what can you not move?
And you know you have. You haven't seen any buff, muscular men unless you were trying
You
to.
didn't ask me. I'm not buff or muscular,
Would
but you didn't
you
even
try
ask
to
me.
help me move?
Well, no, but you didn't
Exactly.
ask.
I know you
didn't
wouldn't.
ask.
You're busy, and my other guy friends are
I'm
busy.
busy and fat, but you could have asked. I would have appreciated an ask.
I'm not gonna. Well, I feel bad asking for help.
No, I'm kidding. But okay. Yes.
Okay.
And that's why we have money to be able to pay it. Even still, after 5 months, we talked about having savings on the side, stuff like this. Getting like a 1 month emergency fund, all those lovely things,
And-
which can help.
Do you actually think OnlyFans titty streamer girls are going to move furniture? No, but at that point you should be leveraging your OF titty shit. Well, hold on. I was gonna say she's a cute girl. She could just put out a tweet and get guys to help, but the problem is then they'd know your address afterwards. Let's see. How would you do this? I'm trying to think of how you could abuse your status as a cute girl to get people to help you move. I feel like you'd have to do. I think it'd have to be through a boyfriend, but then he would know where you live. Usually you can abuse cute girl status for things like drugs or connections or whatever, but involving your address, I think it's too scary. I wouldn't do it. Never mind. I don't think you can do it. Yeah, I don't think you can do it.
Can help offset that.
Okay. Yeah.
You did not do.
I had saving. I had more savings than I do in this pile, but I used them to pay because I had to pay double rent for 1 month.
Yep.
So
Good, yep.
I had to use it.
Which, okay, perfect. Like, that's what if expense like that comes up, that would be good. But why is the credit card, why are we?
Destiny, that's bullshit. Hiring professional movers is worth it instead of asking friends, and it's not that expensive unless you literally want them to pack or take all the small shit. What? My understanding is, I don't think I've ever used professional movers in my life. My understanding of, I don't know if it's like this in all places, if you're working class, okay, whatever job, whatever bullshit job you work has a ton of boxes in the back. That's always true. If you work at a store, they unload shit in the back in their boxes. If you work at a restaurant, they've got boxes that the food comes in. You grab a bunch of the boxes, you tell the dumb people don't throw that shit out. You tell all your coworkers who work a shift with you, I'm ordering pizza on Friday, Saturday. I lived in the Midwest, so at least 7 assholes have trucks. You come over, eat pizza, hang out, get some beers, and then you move shit. That's how you do it for like $200, okay? Paying movers, that's like some upper middle class shit. Or that's like you've got like a ton of furniture. What are you, how many 22-year-olds out here have like enough furniture that a professional mover has to be involved? Is that real? Does that happen commonly? Fuck that. Like, pro movers are nice, but like I feel like for pro movers, I'm pulling numbers. I'm not pulling out the ass because I look from this. My guess is going to be is if you're hiring professional movers, I think you're spending probably at least $2,000. No, at least in terms of like taking all the shit from your house, putting it in a truck, and then taking all the shit from the truck to the other house and then dropping it off. Unless the only thing I can think of, people are saying $1,000. The only exception to that I can think of is if you literally pack and move all the small stuff. Hold on, wait. Somebody said what? Yeah, but usually like multi-state. Oh, Tampa here. How much should it cost here? Okay, 4,000, 1-bedroom apartment. If they pack to move everything. 4-hour drive. Okay.
For them to just come and pack everything, I did a significant amount of packing myself. So 2 hours of work was $650. Like, movers can be super fucking expensive.
Wait, why did you say it was $650? Wait, what?
$650 because I ended up driving myself.
Oh, you drove it yourself.
$3,800 was them to do a full move, 4-hour drive.
Yeah. I think if you're trying to move and you actually have real shit to move, my suggestion would be pack and put everything you can into a car that you can move on your own. And then for larger items, you find you can rent a U-Haul, and then you can pay people off of, I think, TaskRabbit to like load it into the truck, and then you might be able to pay the same people somebody else when you get to the house to unload it off the truck and then put it in the rooms. And then
I can't cast it yet.
oh sure.
That spell isn't ready.
Oh damn. I've preached this 4K is insane. I paid 1.2K for a 2-hour drive for a full house and lots of furniture, one move. You're either on some affirmative. No shot. That's not real. And Canadian money too? No. That's unless like Canada subsidizes the movers industry or some shit in Canada. No shot. Are you doing that for 1.2K? I looked up a ton of movers prices or everything. There's no shot for 1.2K unless it's literally like just one bed in the back of a truck you're moving something. No shot. Destiny, I use movers. It's like 500 max for a 2-bedroom. I paid 800 last time, and they packed my shit, took my bed apart, unpacked my shit, and reassembled my bed for $500 for a 2-bedroom. For some reason, movers are not that much in Ontario. I've moved about 6 times. Hold on, I'm straw pulling it. Oh, I'm so curious. Hold on, because we got a lot of people in chat saying they can do this for cheap. Okay, I'm just curious. Okay, how much would it cost to move, we'll say pack/move, a 2-bedroom apartment, a 1-hour drive away, and to unpack and place furniture? Okay, when I say pack, I'm not referring to like all the gizmos and gadgets around. I just mean like to disassemble the bed, take it apart, blah 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 blah. Okay, I'm curious what you guys think this would cost. Okay, answer 1 is going to be, we'll say $0 to $500. Option 2 is we'll say $500 to $1,000. We'll say 1,000 to 2,000, and then we'll say 2,000 plus. Pisco says it's crazy expensive. It took me 5K to move everything. Sure, but you're in a place that's expensive. Use crackheads. I'm not even joking. Load and unload everything. Obviously not the most expensive. Small shit can be stolen. Holy
that
shit.
Spell isn't ready yet.
Okay. Huh. I wonder if I should have broken this 1,000 to 2,000. I did exactly this and was quoted a little over 2K, but found a company to do it for 1K. You also primed it by saying what you thought it would be. True, but also the audience hates me, so I could have primed it against me. Cost me nothing. I borrowed a truck from work and lent on my brothers and friends to help. Shouted them all to BBQ at my new place. Okay.
I mean, that's probably a way to do it. I don't know.
I paid movers 2K.
I'm impartial on this because I'm in New York, right? So being in New York, mover shit is just, it's literal cancer.
That's still recharging.
When me and my wife were moving into here, we 100% had to have movers. It's not even like, that wasn't even like a conversation that could have been had. Like, we had to pack a U-Haul, we had to do all that shit, like, we had to do that. I don't know.
Pay for them to spit in my mouth. Okay, we'll revisit this convo in the future, alright? Okay.
7,162 horrible
Because I
death
haven't.
dollars.
That's in my snowball. That one's next.
So, walk us through where you've been in the last 5 months. In your journey then.
I paid off 3 of my cards out of 5, and that's one of my biggest cards, and it's not paid off yet. It's my second to last snowball.
And do you have a 1-month emergency fund currently?
No, but I have half a month.
I'd get to a month because it's just risky. It's
Okay.
dangerous. Because actually, I eventually I want you to be like a 9 to 12 month emergency fund because you're like a business owner, and on the content creation side, it's so ebb and flow as you've seen. So I want that's what I have, and I want you to have that so that you're safe on the side. I want you to at least have a 1-month emergency fund before we start aggressively paying off the debt.
Okay. Oh, also.
Wait, can somebody tell me real quick, what is the point of a 1-month emergency fund? Or what is the point of like an emergency fund? In case you lose your job? Yeah, but I'm trying to think of like, if you're floating debt at 30% interest, ooh, if you're floating debt at 30% interest, is it really worth, if we're thinking in a really roundabout way, would it be worth it to take, here's a question, would you take a $5,000 loan and hold on to that $5,000 loan indefinitely to have an emergency fund at 30% interest? Would you ever do that?
I need him to run that back. That question run back.
Fund. In case you lose your job? Yeah, but I'm trying to think of like, if you're floating debt at 30% interest, woo! If you're floating debt at 30% interest, is it really worth, if we're thinking in a really roundabout way, would it be worth it to take, here's a question, would you take a $5,000 loan and hold on to that $5,000 loan indefinitely to have an emergency fund at 30% interest? Would you ever do that?
Nah. No shot. At 30%
Like,
interest?
that seems
No.
insane to me.
That is insane.
Right? I feel like you would
Actually
never
retarded.
hold. I feel like if somebody, let's say somebody had $0 and somebody's like, listen.
Oh, I see what he's getting at, right? So, like, why would I have $2,000 in my bank when I have a $2,000 debt that needs to be paid, like, now? Right? 100% I get that. That is a incredibly dumb thing to do, right?
Go with honor, friend.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm gonna give you a $5,000 emergency fund, but you gotta pay 30% interest on it, okay? But at least it's an emergency fund. Would you ever do that? I feel like the majority of emergencies can be solved with a credit card. Like if your tire breaks, hospital stuff, like you can use a credit card. I don't know why you would ever. Yeah, I don't know why you'd ever do that. Destiny can't imagine falling off. Yeah, never mind. You're not understanding. Sorry. I have to walk through like 20 basic financial concepts here. I don't even know if I want to talk about it now. Never mind. I don't want to go into all of it. You look up interest and suck my dick. I don't care. Never mind. Okay. These retards you were talking about, and you think they'll leave that balance paid off? Yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know why you would ever have an emergency fund or liquid savings when you've got 30% plus APR debt outstanding. That just sounds like it's not worth it to me. But I don't know. Maybe there's a rationale that Caleb has for it that I don't know, about. It could be.
I wanted to mention I also spent a lot of money recently on furniture to furnish my house.
You did not have to do that.
Hold on. 1 month if your car breaks down, water heater explodes, etc. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, then putting the emergency on a card will carry a balance. Yeah, but she's already carrying a balance. She's already doing that. That's already happening, right?
I want to hear from you. Because I saw your financial audit and you finance all your
Wait, why am I stunned in days right
I'm not against
here?
financing. Financing is a
Come
great tool for those who
on!
leverage it. I used it because instead of dropping 15
I turned my back for
$15,000 in the
2
moment,
seconds,
I invested it, and I'm
dude.
paying it off before the 0% kicks in.
Dude, that was it. I won that.
With interest accruing, just dealt with a tax situation, have a half of
Kiz, if I had to guess, if Caleb was responding, is he in chat? Sometimes he's in my chat. I've seen him before.
Fuck.
My guess would be Caleb would probably say, these people don't have the discipline to even have that credit card balance available or that credit card line of credit available, and they can't save their money anyway. So Or no, they must save their money. Or maybe he would say they don't have the credit. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't even know actually. I don't know what they would say.
A month emergency
Because
fund.
if you pay the money off on the card, now you can't, because that money's gone. But if you're holding that money in an emergency account, here's something that I could see happening. If you're financially retarded, okay, I could see you holding 5,000 emergency savings. Then you're like, oh, I need to move. And you're like, oh, well, my move was an emergency fund. So now you spend $2,000 moving plus another $2,000 on a security deposit. Like, oh, there's my emergency fund. Now you've taken $4,000 from your emergency fund. You've paid it to move, right? But the question is did you need to move at $4,000, 30% APR? Did you need to do that? Did you need to take a, because what you've effectively done, because you've killed that $4,000 that could have gone towards the higher interest debt, now you've essentially taken, in effect, a $4,000 loan at 30% interest to move. Did you need to do that right away? You could have waited a few months? That's why I don't know. But I maybe he's got another rationale.
Half of a month emergency fund, and you went and got furniture that, by the way, you hired movers to move furniture, so did we really
Oh, wait, is that exactly what she did? I'm sorry, it sounds like that's exactly what she did. She used her emergency fund to move.
I used it because instead of dropping $15,000 in the moment, I invested it, and I'm paying it off before the 0% kicks in. We are in bad credit card debt with interest accruing, just dealt with a tax situation, have a half of a month emergency fund. Half of a month emergency fund, and you went and got furniture that, by the way, you hired movers to move furniture, so did we really need to go, like,
yeah.
Why do we need new furniture, though?
Because
you
I went
furniture
from a small 2-bedroom to a house.
Okay,
Why
so
did
we
she-
wait till we're out of debt to get furniture. It's a want, though. The extra furniture,
is a
because you had the furniture you needed.
Why am I being chased right now by this guy?
I've been savvy about it. Because
Who's savvy? What is this? You've gone from $6,867 on your previous balance to now $7,482, a card that's supposed to be snowballed, but you're adding money to it.
How?
You went from $6,867.
Oh, you know why?
I might not get over it.
No, that's not why, because there's Apple Bill, Tropical Smoothie, Taco Bell, Apple Bill, Tropical Smoothie, Apple Bill, Tropical Smoothie.
Bro, poor people, how? Tropical smoothie, $17? What are the dates on these? Is this every day she's spending 20 bucks on smoothies?
Some big cartel thing, and okay, lemon insurance, that's fine. Then Apple Bill, Tropical Smoothie, Apple Bill, Starbucks, Apple Bill. What are these Apple Bills? $10, $15.
What are the Apple bills? Steak.com? What is...
They're like Apple Pay, swiping out, buying stuff online with the Apple.
Does if you swipe a card using your phone, does that just come up as Apple Pay? I thought it would come up as wherever the card is used on the phone.
Credit card. You're gonna kill me. You made it sound, and this is the first time I'm seeing this page, and there's a hair stuck in my tongue. I apologize. This is my first time looking at this page. I didn't even know this was coming, but I was feeling it coming. But you set up the expectation.
This is an office.
Okay, what do you mean? Of course, we're looking at your most recent 30-day statement. You can't just change things for 2 days and call it good. I can't diet for 2 days and say I'm on a diet. And I'm doing well.
I actually do have something for you. Here. I think you like it.
But you spent money on this.
Yeah, that's okay.
Island Fort Lauderdale paid 2 Hispanics $600 to move all the furniture in our 2-bedroom condo, placing, assembly, and assembly. Good job. She has an Apple credit card.
I don't want the other one. I got some for myself. One's chicken and one's steak.
7-Eleven.
I guess I should see what this actually tastes like. I've never had one.
You've never had one?
7-Eleven, no.
Really? They're so good.
They are pretty good.
Okay, it's delicious, and I would destroy the whole thing.
See? Are they not worth it?
No, not when you're in debt.
What if you're hungry?
Then you make a...
Well, I actually did make a sandwich working here. It was with cheese and spinach and onion.
Mark Cuban explaining your point.
And it could be 100. But, let's use 50. First thing I would do is pay off all your credit cards, because that's costing you 18%. That's what John and Sally do.
18%? Bruh, what is the average interest? Average interest credit card debt. I don't even think I get 18% on cards. Is that even... The average credit card interest rate in America today is 24.56%. 18% on a card? How do I see what my APR is? That's insane. Sorry, maybe it was lower 11 years ago. I doubt it, but that's, yeah.
First, most don't, right? There's more credit card and student loan debt relative to personal income than there's ever been in the history of the United States. Second thing you do is you use the transactional value of cash. A lot of people say, you're losing money to inflation when you just have cash in the bank. I completely disagree. I know I'm gonna be buying a bunch of toothpaste for my family. I know toilet paper. I know all the consumables that I have. I can take my cash and go get a better value. I can take my cash and go buy service.
Store up?
Yeah. Yeah, why not? I mean, how much space does toothpaste take, But you're going to spend. But that's the whole thing. The time it takes just to figure out your budget, which nobody does. The time it takes just to analyze your...
No joke, what's good advice for someone in their late 20s who's never been in debt or built credit, literally no idea what to do? Listen, okay? If you have a job, 401k match, 3 to 6%, always take your maximum 401k match. Any other person that tells you differently is lying to you. Number one, Okay? No, hold on. I have like, these are like golden financial rules. I would fight any billionaire, financial planner, anybody to the death on these, okay? I will debate these to the grave. Always take your maximum 401k match every single time. Number one. Number two, most likely you should always be contributing the max to your IRA, traditional or Roth, whatever situation is more appropriate to you. Probably whatever the one that is, no, it would depend on the situation where you're at in your career. It's more complicated. But IRA, always max your IRA, okay? Number one. Number two. Number three, never, ever, ever, ever float a credit card balance. There is no reason ever to do it. Do not float a credit card balance. If you have, you should have credit cards because points are awesome, okay? But find out what the good credit cards are. I think the Chase ones tend to be good. I think I've got this Chase preferred some bullshit, some awesome shit actually. Okay, Chase is good. There are other credit cards that people like or whatever. Find out what the good credits are. You should be using credit cards, okay? Because the points are awesome, and why would you not get them if you're buying shit anyway? But do not ever float a balance. Also, stay away from predatory loans. Payday loans, cash advance loans, anything where you're post-dating a fucking check. I don't even know if that's legal anymore. Man, that might just be from my generation, or from the Gen X's actually. Do not do any sort of weird loan shit like that. If you can't afford it, then you can't afford it, okay? Don't buy it, okay? Another thing is, do not treat credit cards like money, okay? You do not have that money. If you've got $500 in the bank and a $10,000 line of credit, you do not have $10,500. Fix this into your mind, because so many middle class, lower class, whatever class, bourgeois, petit, whoever, capitalist, whatever the so many retards think that the total amount of money available to them extends to all of the lines of credit available to them. That is not true, okay? You do not have the money that is part of your allocated line of credit. Don't think that way. Yeah. That's my like basic golden whatever 4 or 5. Oh, if you want another one, make a budget, okay? Make a budget. 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 Always make a budget, okay? Trying to be financially managing your shit or whatever without making a budget is like trying to lose weight without counting calories, okay? Make a budget. Fuck, there was one more thing, but I don't remember it. What does float a balance mean? That means that when you buy something on your credit card, you pay it off at the end of every single month. Not pay the minimum payment, not pay the whatever, pay off the total balance. Pay off the total balance every single month. Pay the whole thing off.
I don't want to fight
okay,
before.
that's it.
So annoying.
Good luck.
Your spending habits, you can get a better return and you'll end up with more cash than.
Okay, I don't care about this.
And meat.
I mean, you make the same as you want to make, but you also went to Starbucks. You know, all these $10, $15, $9, $9, $5, $17, all these Apple things, so I don't even know what they are.
And I don't either.
That's bad. That's bad.
And I know, but guess what?
You're going every single second of your life.
I also been trying. Yeah, I also have been I cancel. Well, I cancel a lot of subscriptions too.
These are not all subscriptions, though. I thought maybe they were.
Some are.
Yeah, but like unless you.
I've heard in the UK if you do that and can afford to do that, your credit actually gets better. Okay, listen, I can't speak to other countries. Everything I say is about the United States, okay? Some people have myths about credit building. Ignore them, okay? Some people will talk about some cuck bullshit called an credit utilization rate. And they'll say some retarded shit to you like, well, actually, the optimal utilization of your credit is around 30%. So you should seek to utilize approximately 30% of your credit in order to show that you're worthy, a worthy lender and to build credit. Bullshit! Don't do that. That's for retards and tools and losers, okay? Your credit utilization should be at zero, okay? The only two things in life that you should be taking out loans on are, one is most likely a house, for sure, and two is maybe a car, okay? House for sure, maybe a car. Nothing else, okay? If you ever find yourself financing things that are less than $1,000, decolonize your mind. Go to Canada and sign up for their extended, okay, end-of-life services because it's time to check out. You're a moron. Do not finance phones or finance all these other things because usually they come with massive fees attached. They've got interest, all this bullshit. If you understand how 0% interest works for 12 months, if you understand how that works, then you can do that, but don't do it unless you really know what you're doing, okay? Because people have a dumb idea where they'll think like, 12 months no interest. Okay, cool. I'll take the 12 months no interest. Usually the minimum payment will have you paid off in like 2 years. So like, well, at least I get like a full year of no interest. Wrong. That's not how that works. That is not how that works. If you've got a card or you take out a loan or you finance something, it says 12 months no interest. What that means is that if you make the minimum payments after 12 months, the balance does not start accruing interest. What that means is that 12 months, all of the old interest that had accrued is now add it on to your principal, and now you start paying like a normal loan, okay? If you're gonna do any of this like 12-month no interest bullshit, it needs to be paid off in the promotional period. Do not carry that balance past the no interest time period, or you will be f***ed, okay? Yeah, don't worry about the credit utilization, just pay.
Wait, is that true? Well, shit. Well, shit. That means my shit's kind of fucked. Because I be doing that shit.
I'm out
Uh-oh.
of range.
I love when they kick me the first thing. It's so nice.
Pay all your shit off, okay? Okay.
You have like 30 subscriptions. I don't know. This is you swiping your Apple Card or doing Apple Pay, and it's coming up as Apple Bill. You're spending so much money.
That's what it comes up as? That makes some sense.
Yes, you're spending so much money on a card that you can't even pay off.
Yeah, that's true.
24.24% interest rate.
Oh, I didn't know that was included in this.
What do you mean?
Like, I didn't know this page was included.
No, yep, there's your financed Apple, financed Apple, financed Apple.
But yeah, that's just the last of my my snowball.
I know, but you're spending on it. If you're gonna follow the snowball, don't spend on it.
Okay.
And also, if you're in the snowball trying to get out of debt, we're not going to smoothies every day. We're not going to Uber Eats. We're not.
Also, I have something to say. August was also hard because it was my first month switching from Fan House to Passes, so I didn't have a lot of money at the beginning of August.
So you put it all the food that wasn't necessary. There wasn't a single necessary purchase on here, so you cannot justify
There has to
that.
be one.
What?
There has to be at least one necessary purchase. Let me see.
Lemonade insurance.
Yeah.
One.
What is lemonade insurance?
Two, 'cause I have 2 purchases.
Yes. Uber Eats. $143 was squeezed from you.
Also, yeah, this is a no-brainer. Guys, if you're working class, lower middle class, whatever, do not ever. Uber Eats and DoorDash is like an affront to mankind, okay? Do not do these things ever. It is an unfathomable waste of money, okay? Unfathomable waste of money. Holy AIDS.
Squeezed from you in interest.
Yeah, I'm not proud of that.
We're having this conversation because I'm your friend. I am going to your birthday. My introvert is being dragged out on Saturday.
And I'm here to learn.
You're here to learn, and this is the conversation I wish someone had with me a decade ago when I was and I'm doing it in the exact same way, tough love, that works for me. So, my dude.
I'm getting a lot of tough love from your comments.
I want to thank today's sponsor, Opus, and this is an exciting one because you could win $1,000. And here's how it works. Opus Clip is an amazing AI tool that will turn any of my videos into a series of viral clips in just a single click. All you have to do is head to the description below and just grab the URL from any of my episodes, then head to opus.pro and sign up for a free account, paste the link, and get a bunch of clips with just one click. 2 weeks from today, I will be handing out prizes to whoever has the most views on their YouTube Shorts or TikToks. First place prize is $500, second place prize is $300, and third place prize is $100. Then I'm running it back for a second round so that everyone has a second chance to win. And then finally, after the second round, whoever has the most views overall, they get $1,000. The only rule is that you must tag my TikTok/YouTube channel and put YouTube Caleb Hammer and hashtag Opus Clip Takeover in the video description/comments of your post. And make sure you put your Instagram handle in your comments or description so that I can contact you if you win. Good luck to everyone, and thanks to Opus for sponsoring this episode. Be nice. We shouldn't.
Someone came on because I watched your channel. Obviously, I originally came to your channel and you came on the first time because I watched your channel for like a minute, and I was like, oh, he's from Michigan, and I'm from Michigan, and I live in Austin. Anyways, that's how I found you in the first place. And then I saw someone else go on your channel.
Okay, this is the last segment we're watching, and then we're done with it.
Like, everyone's been so supportive and helpful in the comments. Y'all are mean to me.
It's a competitive video. You guys should always be nice because you're for coming on, trying to get help, giving us an update, putting your situation on display other people are going to relate to. So everyone should always be nice. There should be a positive, supportive area in the comment section, but I know it's hard. I know it's...
And it's okay. I'm a content creator. I'm used to it, but...
Yes, the internet is full of faceless, nameless, and that's something that is unfortunately impossible for anyone to control, but... Yeah. What's the minimum monthly payment on this, by the way? Oh, $294.
Oh, yeah, it is high on that. I forgot.
This is so much.
Here is the real black pill that I will give you, though, okay? Here's the... Are you ready? Here's the real black pill, okay? All right? The only reason she can afford to live the type of lifestyle she lives and make the type of financial decisions that she makes is because she's a pretty woman that does sexy work, right? Would be the thing I would say, all right, if I was an incel. The true black pill is realizing that she's not unique and every fucking poor person makes the same retarded financial decisions, and it actually has nothing to do with her job. It's easy to look at this and then like, oh my God, you know, she's doing this and she's got, you know, she's got like simps that are willing to pay for blah, blah, blah. Bro, poor people make the most retarded. They do stupid credit cards. They put their shit, they take their shit to pawn shops and they put it on fucking, not layaway, but you loan it out to the guy. They have horrible fucking loans. They have stupid fucking credit cards. When they max their credit cards out, they get their limit extended. Every working class poor person, not everyone, but a lot of them have dog financial sense, okay? And we have seen and talked to so many people that do this shit, okay? Just as a heads up, all right? Mika Hawkins, $20. Destiny, while financing a phone through a carrier doesn't have interest or financing fees, the only time credit is hit is when you open a new phone plan from the big carrier or if you leave the account to go into collections. Okay.
What's the minimum monthly payment on this, by the way? Oh, $294.
Oh, yeah, it is high on that. I forgot.
Losing so much money on that interest, dude. Hello, Adriana. Oh. So this one's paid off. We have a paid off one. How does that feel?
It feels good.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really good. So when was this paid off?
Well, I did pay it off.
Here's a hard question. So you have 7.5K in credit card debt. How the fuck do you get out? Just don't buy shit. Just stop buying shit you don't need. That's it. I'm sorry, it sucks, but like, yeah, when you pay that off, it's like, bro, debt is worse than being poor, okay? Just debt, it's not good. It's horrible, okay?
In June, but then I used it again. But I paid it off at the beginning of the month.
Destiny, she makes 120K a year and still living month to month. It's not even remotely comparable to someone makes 40K. Does she make 120K a year? Where was that shown? I doubt that's the case. If I had to guess, she's probably making around 80 a year. That'd be my guess.
You pay it off every
I could
time?
be wrong, though. I could be wrong.
Does it ever accrue interest?
I don't think so.
No, there was no interest charge. So, cool. You know, I'd be
also, keep in mind, she's a contractor, okay? Meaning that she's instantly losing 35% to taxes, probably, depending on how much she's expensing, but...
nervous with where you've been to do credit cards and stuff like that because you can easily fall into a trap.
Wait, this is different.
Yeah, so, I can't see the interest.
I don't think so. Yeah, it does.
So...
you can back that.
Okay. So I'm nervous about credit cards with you. Nervous. But,
obviously.
But, well done.
Thank
This is good. We can celebrate this. This is fantastic.
We're celebrating with the taquito.
Yeah, with the keto. Absolutely. I don't like that you spent money on it, but
it was like
goofs and gags, I get it.
Yeah. It's a business write-off. It's in the video.
So the Amex.
Yeah,
you charged us $293. It's your last snowball, but why are we putting money on it? Why are we putting money on it?
Because a lot of things are like already hardwired to auto pay to that.
Change it. It takes 2 seconds of your life.
I know.
Okay. So.
But I'm also scared because
go on.
What if I auto pay a bunch of things to not a credit card and then I go under, like, what's it called? Overdraft. What if I auto pay things to my debit card and then...
Also, okay, we take this financial advice with a grain of salt, okay? Take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt because it might not be true for everybody, but I feel like I've ran into this before, okay? Be very, very, very careful which bills you've got set to auto pay on a credit card because I think there are certain types of bills that if you pay them with a credit card, they're actually counted as cash advances, and you can get dinged with like a 20% upfront fee on top of your annual percentage rate for whatever the interest is. Wait, is APR annual? Yeah, yeah. Be very, 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 very careful about that. I think at one point in time, I think I was like paying my rent for my apartment, or I was paying something like a credit card thinking like, oh, cool, I'm getting a ton of free points. But when I went and checked my balance, it was treated as I think it was treated as a cash advance. It wasn't treated as just like purchasing, it was a cash advance. Meaning that not only do you have the normal interest that will accrue, you're paying a cash advance fee up front. Yeah, be very, very, very careful with that.
No, it's because I would always have $1,000 in my checking account.
Okay.
What?
It's not this one. I have like 500.
Okay, so I would just try to get to a point where we have $1,000 in your checking account. The minimum monthly payment on this we can figure out.
The minimum monthly payment last time was expensive because you're gonna be mad. It was $300 over the limit.
Why?
But I just paid it off.
See, that's you may as well overdraft at that point.
Overdraft would be worse because clear. You know why? Because I did this clear. It does it every year. Yeah. Where you go.
I know, but if your balance was right there to begin with, dude.
Like, because it got charged yearly, I didn't prepare for that.
But all these other ones that are on here anyway shouldn't be there.
Oh, you know why Clear's on there? Because I got an American Express deal where it's like 50% off the first year if you use your American Express card. So I was like, okay, sure.
Cool, that's great.
She has Clear? How much is she traveling? Is Clear $100 a year or $300 a year? $100 every 4 years? No shot, it's that cheap. $190 per year. Okay.
That's awesome, but we still have Prime Video, another Prime thing, Amazon Prime, and your Google storage on here. Again, if we didn't have these recurring charges on here, the minimum payments would at least be slowly paying this down, and then maybe at that point, when a $259 charge comes in, sure, it'd bring it up, but would it go over the balance? Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what you're putting on here, dude. So what's your minimum monthly payment?
Credit card's offered as a credit. It's a reward. Well, it sounds like she got charged for it this time.
On this, because I can't see it.
I would say like 300.
Okay, let's say 300. And I don't know how much.
Hamstock, I saw the post. I don't need to go through all of Hassan's likes on Twitter. Thank you. I see it. I thank you. I've seen it. I thank you. I've seen it. I thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Accept the challenge. Holy shit. Let's find a job. You're running out of money fast.
9? Bro.
Warehouse, second shift. Looking for dependable, punctual, and hardworking warehouse associates. Must be able to lift 20 pounds and have reliable transportation. 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Okay. Join our team. Experienced server needed at casual restaurants with a fast-paced and fun atmosphere. Apply in person Tuesday through Friday, 2 to 5 p.m.
What is he looking
Office temp. Know your way around an office. We're hiring for temporary workers all over the area. Admin experience and attention to detail is must. 15 an hour. Hours vary. The warehouse job is the obvious one. Tuesday through Friday. What kind of? You're working a tip job and you're not letting me work Saturdays? F you. And hours vary. I'm gonna have to fight the. You're gonna have to fight the nepotism staff that already have Friday night shifts called. F that. Restaurant jobs, if they're not giving you Friday, Saturdays, these are the only days you make money. And you're only gonna work 3 hours, 2 to 5. People aren't even off work yet. Hell no. Temp work, 15 an hour is nice. It's easy work. But like temporary, also hours vary. F that. Guaranteed hours, 14 an hour is solid. Second shift job, warehouse job, easy. That's the easy choice. All lifting repetitive packing can be brutal on your body. Okay. We're fine, right? Now we don't even have to go to the gym. We're in a twofer here, okay? Pro characters get health insurance. The good news, your child is covered by the state. The bad, you aren't. Which plan do you want? Gold plan, silver plan, bronze plan. Bro, bronze me up. The f***? I'm not getting Medicaid? I don't get Medicaid? I'm doing one job, 14 hours, I got a kid? You're telling me I don't qualify for Medicaid? Bullshit. We bronze that shit. Result, even the most basic plan under the ACA covers more than you could have gotten before, but at almost $76 a paycheck, this is no free ride. Find a place to live. Wait, where's like do I see like my budget? Bro, $760 a month to live 50 miles away? This is taking into account travel costs? Bro, if I can live right next to my job, I don't even need a f***ing car. I want to live right the f*** outside. We could probably move like... Also, this sliding scale shouldn't be linear. It should be like something different. I don't think it'd be logarithmic right now, but whatever. Put me right next to my place.
Why would I do that? Why'd I do that? Why'd I do that for?
You can bike or walk to work, but you won't be able to ditch the car altogether. Like more than 45% of Americans, your access to public transit is too limited to go totally carless. Why? What the I live right next to work. What else do I need? I got work, I got my house, I got my computer games. Your new apartment is too small for your stuff. What do? Rent a storage unit, have a yard sale, ask a friend to store it. Bro, sell that shit. Sell that shit. You sold a bunch of stuff but made $150? Hello, cash money in the bank? And I got less bullshit in my house? Your family pet is sick and won't get it with treatment. See ya! Pay for treatment. No. Have it put to sleep. $50 to put it to sleep? Bro, throw it in the backyard. Oh my god, we're not gonna let it suffer. Listen, pets are novelties, okay? We don't have the money for that right now. Goodbye, doggo. Child's been invited to a birthday party. They need to bring a present. Buy the present. Send your kid without a present. Keep your kid home from the party? Bro, write him a nice card and make some fucking arts and crafts. How old is our fucking kid here? Christ, I can't have my kid looking like he's a broker. Take a present, I guess. Damn. Your credit card kept you afloat while you're trying to hold onto your home, but even though the house is gone, the balance isn't. What do? Pay it off, pay the minimum, ignore it. Well, what happens if I go into debt here? Obviously, I can't pay off $7,300. What the f am I... What is this? Wait, I don't know what my monthly expenses are right now. Because if I can't afford food, I'll call the credit card company. We'll negotiate some shit. Okay, we'll pay the minimum, I guess. Christ. Well, because what happens if I default on my card? Nothing. Who the fuck cares? How many more days do I have left? Day 7? Do I get any more money? When is my first paycheck? Is it on day 14? Oh, shit. Bro, I can't afford this right now. Sorry. Ignoring your bill makes your credit card plummet, so you have a harder time finding a job or getting a loan. I already got a job, baby. I don't need a loan right now, okay? I'm fucking broke. You've been working for several hours and you're starving, but you forgot your lunch. What do? Buy a salad, buy a burger from the dollar menu. What? Buy a salad? Bro, have these people not been poor before? Why the fuck would I buy a $6, 300-calorie salad when I could go get like 2 double cheeseburgers? That's at least 700 calories. Why the fuck would I buy a salad? I'm a brokey. Bro, give me that burger from the dollar menu. Healthy food is expensive. You think a salad counts as healthy food? A bunch of fucking iceberg lettuce and ranch? Not always easy to access, which is why poverty can dramatically increase your risk for hypertension, type 2 diabetes, and other health problems. That sounds like an old person problem, okay? We're trying to survive. I don't have time to think about hypertension. Hypertension just means you save more money in retirement because you die sooner. Get me out of here. Your tooth has been hurting for weeks and it's starting to get unbearable. You need a root canal, but you don't have dental insurance. That teeth pain and teeth shit, I'm not gonna be able to get any bitches if my teeth are falling out. We gotta get that fixed. Sorry, we're going into debt. You ran out of money on day 9. Give $10 to help someone. Give $10 to help someone living spent. What does this mean? Donate now. You ran out of money on day 9. Wait, does this person think that, do they think that the world ends when you have $0 in your bank account, my friend?
For the Alliance.
I lost? Wait, Oh, spent is an acronym from the site. Okay, second shift, weekly pay, cheapest plan. I guess we were living 50 miles away, whatever the f that means. I'm just curious how far you can go. Your new apartment is too small, so we sell it, make some money. Your grandfather has passed away. He's gonna be dead in 2 years. We'll go memorialize him then. Fuck that. Your mom needs crucial medication. Mom? Hello? Medicare? Ask dad? Go on Tinder? Fuck you. Pay for your own shit. Your car's registration is due. It'll cost $250 to get it road legal. It's a fix-it ticket, okay? For the first 30 days at least. Take our chances. $100 late fee for waiting. And if you get pulled over, you're looking at $1,500 to get your car back? Bro, what cop is gonna impound your car for late registration? That's gotta be the most dick cop in the world. Jesus. Maybe. My registration's like 7 months or 7 years expired right now, so. Good. Okay. Your bathroom sink is a small leak that just became a big leak. Your landlord won't return your calls. What do? Why the f would I call a plumber? Bro, I'm just renting the space from you, motherfucker. Why the fuck would I call a plumber for your shit? Need cash? Oh my god, we can donate plasma? Get a payday loan. Oof. Wait, I didn't even see this shit. Why does our kid have a piggy bank? Let your dad get rich and then I'll give you the money back later. Damn. Wait, does the piggy bank grow every month? 1623. We'll fix it ourselves. Oh. A police officer spotted your expired registration. Your car's been impounded and it'll cost. Bro, no shot. Your car, my registration is 2 days expired. Well, did I call the cop the N-word? How the f is he impounding my car?
Be careful.
Also, how does an impounded car cost $1,500 to get back? You got me in 2 days, bro? I'm the unluckiest working class motherfucker ever. Bro, no shot. That's a racist cop. I bet my character's black and the cop was on some fucking Chauvin shit, and I've got like a Save George Floyd's bumper sticker, and so the cop had a fucking axe to grind with me. There's no shot this just happened, okay? No shot. My car, I don't need that shit anyway. Keep it, motherfucker. I'll walk to work.
The Alliance.
No, means you can't get to work? Oh, wait. Oh, we f***ed up. I forgot because we moved 50 miles. Okay. This game, all right.
Light be with you. Light bless you.
We're so close. Oh, I gotta hand in the collar. All right, there we go. Once I hand this collar in, I should have enough. Anything fun else to watch?
How does Roanor Zoro fight with 3 swords?
One in his mouth.
Strong jaw. What does Nami's tattoo represent?
First one is Arlong. Second one is the pinwheel and also the tangerine, so it's a representation of her family and her home.
Who is Gold D. Roger?
Who started everything?
He's the one.
This was a really interesting video to watch. I don't know if I want to watch it again. Damn, are they actually showing this? Like, actually, I wouldn't mind watching
Let's watch this. So, Andrew and Matt Dillahunty debated, and they were going to debate Christianity versus secular humanism as, like, values.
Yep.
The values of secularity, secular humanism versus the values of Christianity, like building, like, prosperous societies, right? What has the best ethical foundation is the question.
Check. Oh, okay,
so
fuck.
I wanted to watch this.
I didn't think the audio was coming
because
through.
apparently Matt Dillahunty walked out like 20 minutes in.
20 minutes
of things that Andrew said, and I wanted to see if it was fair for him to walk out. I don't know if I'd ever walk out of a debate. Personally, I don't know what someone would have to say for me to walk out. It'd have to be some pretty vile stuff to make me quite literally walk out of a debate, or just zero progress be made, period. So I'm interested to see what that barrier was for Matt Dillahunty.
Thanks so much, James, and thanks, Andrew, for being here, and all of you for showing up. Humanism has as its focus the betterment of humanity in this life, while Christianity has as its focus adherence to a God and the disposition of souls in an afterlife. Our best efforts in this life are, according to the Bible, like filthy rags. Our best attempts at righteousness and justice are portrayed as vile and disgusting when compared to a bumbling God constantly failing to get his creation to love and respect him, while also prescribing the death penalty for nearly everything: adultery, blasphemy, breaking the Sabbath, disobedient children, witchcraft, worshiping another God, not being a virgin on your wedding night. Which is better for society? Well, I'd say the one that has human society as its focus and isn't so intent on killing humans for not buying into a specific doctrine. Heaven and hell, if they were to exist, aren't human societies. What a God thinks is unknown and irrelevant. There's never been a secular humanist nation, either in a governmental form, which I'm not advocating for, or in a primary philosophical view of the majority of the population, which means we have to look at the ideals between these two positions. Secular humanism has been around for 90 years. In 1933, the first Secular Humanist Manifesto was published. It identified humanism as a religion with 15 points. It was updated 40 years later in 1973 with a lot more information. And then it was incredibly shortened in 2003. In addition to the manifestos, there are organizations like the Council for Secular Humanism, American Humanists, etc. In the first version of the manifesto, it's presented as a religious view where it acknowledges there's no supernatural guarantee of human value. We advocate a heightened sense of personal life and a cooperative effort to promote social well-being. The goal of humanism is a free and universal society in which people voluntarily and intelligently cooperate for the common good. In the manifesto version 2, 40 years later, this includes a lot more information. Short versions, they begin by saying those who sign this disclaim that they are setting forth a binding credo. This statement reaches for a
See you
vision
later. Hey there.
in time.
This person
that
was here
leads
this whole
directly.
time?
We affirm a set of common principles that can serve as a basis for united action. This isn't a
Safe
to-do
travels.
list or a thou shalt or thou shalt not list. We're fine with religion's inspiration, but we're opposed to dogma and authoritarian views that place anything above human needs. Religions don't pass the test of scientific evidence. The promises of immortal salvation or eternal damnation are illusory and harmful. Ethics and moral values stem from human experience, and situational ethics stem from the human need and human interest. Reason and intelligence are the most effective instruments we possess. We are not advocating for the use of scientific intelligence independent of or in opposition to emotion, for we believe in the cultivation of feeling and love. Individuals are precious and their dignity is affirmed. This is important. Us, human beings, affirming the value of individuals and human beings is more powerful than a God affirming it, and it's infinitely more powerful than a human claiming a God affirms this, which is all we appear to have. The third version of the manifesto, in a nutshell, is so short. Whether God exists or not, we have problems to solve. We have to do this without appeals to supernatural entities or intervention. We must utilize the best methods at our disposal. Reason and science seem to be the primary ones to assess reality and reach
Have a
conclusions.
good one.
Justice, fairness, equality, and autonomy are the primary goals. This life, not a hypothetical afterlife, is what we're trying to improve. So what happens when religions control societies and governments, either legitimate or illegitimate? Well, conflicts with other societies and other governments may not have any reasoned diplomatic solution. You need only look to Gaza. But that's Islam and Judaism. Here we have Christianity as a primary and Christian nationalism. Under secular humanism, you get to be a Christian, a Jew, a Muslim, gay, straight, socialist, capitalist. You just don't get to...
For context, Andrew, the person he's debating, is a Christian nationalist.
Impose those necessarily on others through acts of fiat. Not necessarily true with the...
I don't have much to say here. I think I'm just listening to what Matt Dillahunty's saying. It's an interesting opening. I'm a secular humanist, so I'm agreeing with the vast majority of what he's saying here. I have nothing really to say in response.
Religions in charge of the government. Mike Johnson's the new Speaker of the House of the United States. He's homophobic as all get out. He's argued to criminalize homosexuality. Homosexualities, by the way, are U.S. citizens with specific rights that he wants to take away. Moreover, he advocates for gay conversion.
I don't know if he still wants to criminalize homosexuality. I know that at one point he wanted to... He argued from the perspective of a lawyer to criminalize gay sex, or keep gay sex criminalized. And that was like 30 years ago or 25 years ago. I don't know if that's still his position. I'm not saying that to defend it. I'm just saying that to be like, I'd be like, it's been 25 years. And like gay marriage just passed in the country. I'm sure if, as Speaker of the House, he's not going to be pushing the make being gay illegal bill. But I do think out of all of the options, he's on the tippy top of the list for those who would genuinely look at in order to appease the radicals in his party, trying to reverse the gay marriage ruling, either through the Supreme Court reversing it and then trying to enact some type of federal legislation regulating it, or if the Democrats tried to push federal legislation trying to codify it, which they have done, he would work against it, which he has done in the past, and was part of the reason why Mark Etner, which was one of the other Republicans for Congress, who is seen as more pro-Ukraine but was showing more opposition to Ukraine from the lobbyists that I knew that was talking to him, he got sunk in part because he voted in favor of codifying gay marriage rights after it was already law of the land. He just wanted to make sure that if it was overturned by the Supreme Court, that a bunch of people wouldn't all of a sudden just lose their marriage rights. And that was too radical for the party. That was too progressive for the Republican Party.
Bankrupt man.
Thank you, Blop City, for the primer. I appreciate it.
Therapy, which is unscientific and torturous because he thinks he can help them pray the gay away and the gay can be eliminated. He's not anti-gay. He just wants them to cease to exist as gay. They get to keep being human beings. He thinks there's no right to sodomy. Privacy laws don't protect everything, and he thinks that what sort of sex you have, it should be his to regulate. Sodomy, by the way, is anal or oral copulation, which I have it on good authority, heterosexual folks engage in as well. 2022, he presented what was called the Don't Say Gay bill, outlawing any discussion of gender identity, sexual orientation, or related subjects, which was incredibly problematic because he ignored what the experts have to say about age-appropriate content and how critical it is, especially for kids under 10, which was his target, to have correct language in order to better report on and about sexual abuse. His policy, if it had been implemented, would have made it more traumatic for kids and more difficult for them to out their abusers and easier for abusers to get away with it. Happily, it failed. In 2015, he blamed abortions and the breakup of the nuclear family for school shootings. He also says the teaching of evolution is to blame for mass shootings because we've taught a whole generation, a couple generations now, of Americans that there's no right or wrong, that it's about survival of the fittest. And if you evolve from a primordial slime, what is that life of any sacred value? He wants student-led prayer back in school. So, Speaker, are you okay with Islamic prayers, satanic prayers, or just particular Christian prayers? He's opposed to the separation of religion and government, sometimes called the separation of church and state. He thinks that the founders only wanted to protect the church from the state and didn't want to protect the state from the church, citing the notorious lying pseudo-historian David Barton to support this view. He definitely seeks to impose his views on others. Now, some of you are saying, hang on, he's the Speaker of the House, he's not the Speaker of Christianity, or that's not my type of Christianity. Great. But what is your type? What's your type of Christianity like? Because there's a lot of them. How is it better? And how can we make sure that we get your better version than the one that Mike Johnson?
Hello.
Good question.
He thinks his version's correct, so do you. Countless denominations without consensus.
See you later.
He's already got more power than my opponent has right now. So I don't know Andrew at all. I don't know what version of Christianity he's advocating for. I didn't bother to look him up. We literally just met, said hello as I sat down here. Is his version of Christianity better? I really hope so, because it'd be hard to get a whole lot worse. But they point to the same book. They point to the same Savior, the same history. Liberal and moderate Christians provide legitimacy and cover to hide the fundamentalists and to allow them to engage in Christian nationalism. Secular humanism allows you to be a Christian right up until you try to oppose it on others, and then you get to keep being a Christian. You just don't get to practice it in the way where you're imposing it on others. You can pray, you can go to church, you can tithe, you can worship, gather, share, discuss, convert, vote based on your values. You can vote against your own best interest. I see people doing all the time. You can teach your kids your values under secular humanism. The foundational principles of secular humanism solve conflict with debate and discussion instead of coercion, conversion, or conquest. There is no secular humanist sect and no denomination of secular humanists that's ever required someone to believe something that is not empirically verifiable, that's ever ordered the death of another person, that's ever ordered or acted to act or destroy property of any person or government, that has ever overthrown a democracy to impose a secular humanist regime, that's ever been connected with terrorist cells and activities, that's ever denied freedom of speech or expression, that's ever called for the deaths of people for criticizing secular humanism or any religious view, that has ever advocated for or inspired suicide bombers or terrorist attacks. Those things are simple.
The humanist part is doing a lot of heavy lifting here, because you could make an argument that there has been examples where secularists overthrew sometime, for example, like the Muslim Brotherhood, overthrew governments and made dictatorships that were secularist. The humanist is doing a lot of heavy lifting here.
Simply not consistent in any way with the core values of secular humanism. There is no threat.
Safe travels.
Christians, Jews, Muslims, Scientologists.
See you around.
From secular humanism. There might be from scientific skepticism and rationality if you're not able to actually demonstrate the truth of your claim. But life, freedom, and an equitable relationship are the foundation of secular humanism. There is no list of thou shalt not or thou shalts, because we recognize that nearly every attempt at such a list fails at some point As we learn more about our world and about getting better at understanding the world better, about doing better, and being better in this life. The goal of humanism is a free and universal society in which people voluntarily and intelligently cooperate for the common good. If you have an objection to that, or a better goal, what is it?
Yeah, I thought that was a generally pretty good intro.
Introductory statement. We're going to hand it over to Andrew Wilson for 10 minutes. So thank you for being here, Andrew, and the floor is yours.
You're welcome. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Andrew Wilson. I am the host of the one and only Crucible, the fastest growing debate channel on the internet. James, just in case you didn't know. Appreciate that very much. Appreciate everybody being here. All of you are way too stodgy in this room. Very low energy. Just want to let all of you know that. Ladies and gentlemen of all pronouns, the Z's, the Zers, the hims, and hers, I would like to thank you for tuning in today for this exciting in-person conference on modern.
Dude, I've never seen Andrew not smoke for this long. I'm gonna be real, man. It's weird not seeing like a smoke cloud forming above him.
Debate. My name is Andrew Wilson. There's a few ways this debate could go. The topic is Christian ethics versus secular humanism, which has a better foundation. The funny thing is, I already won that topic because, as Matt explained to Jay Dyer, he has no justification under the skeptical belief structure to give an accounting for any meta-ethical presupposition he may have. He just kind of grants himself stuff. He grants himself logic, he grants himself reason, he grants himself an entire worldview, even though he's using an unjustified starting position for it. So I'm not honestly all that interested in doing the God not real dough debate, because one, it's boring, and two, it's also really boring. It goes like this. I don't see enough evidence and remain unconvinced there's a God. Then I say, but you use the theistic worldview of justification like there is a God to grant yourself logic and everything else. So instead of that, I'm just going to grant Matt's entire worldview.
Oh, wait, I don't have feed yet,
of
bro?
This entire planet are all operating inside of a shared delusion that they were created by a sky daddy who loves him some slavery and murderousness. He thinks it's funny to kind of cosmically f with people. That's his deal, kind of his whole thing. That's Matt's worldview. So now Matt's right, and the question becomes, should we let them to continue to believe in this nonsensical Stone Age madness, or do we stop them from engaging in it? My contention is, even if God isn't real at all, that people acting as though he is still superior to whatever nonsensical egalitarian worldview Matt can come up with. See, Matt also just acts as though the things he believes are true. He believes, and therefore acts as though logic is real, math is real, everything is real based on his presuppositional belief that they...
I mean, I do think that there is something substantially different between being able to test something and find evidence for something in the physical world, either through fossil record or carbon data, or any of these ways that scientists have tried to find out where human life has come from, the origins of our existence, the secrets of the universe. I do think there is something different between that and book. I do think there's something substantially different here between that and book that man said, is God's word. I do think that somebody believing that scientific process, which has been demonstrably shown to be able to produce outcomes like electricity powering your home and modern scientific achievements our minds couldn't have imagined 100 years ago. I do think that somebody basing their worldview off of that gives them something more physically to hold on to than him basing it off of reason, like, oh yeah, we test it, we gather data on it. I think that's something to base off of it. He doesn't just grant him these things, he goes and tests for these things. And if you don't have evidence of something, you shouldn't just believe it at face value. That's Matt's worldview. That you should test for these things, you should look for evidence for these things, and then try to find what is the rational explanation for it. Now, you can disagree with him about what that rational explanation is, and then you can go through whether God is real or God isn't real, but he doesn't want to have that conversation. It's boring. He's just granting it. But I do think that he isn't just giving him all of this, he's giving himself all these things. He's basing it off of I mean, I guess you could say he trusts and believes and has both faith in the scientific process. But why would somebody trust? This is my question. Would be my question to Andrew. Why trust God's book over the scientific process, which we have shown in the physical world to be useful in developing medical achievements and all sorts of stuff, and finding out stuff about the world that the Bible couldn't show us?
Why is this not working?
They are real. You see, human flourishing, the cornerstone of Matt's ideology and that of secular.
Especially when the book in question isn't like one book where God sat down and wrote down all the words. These are things written by humans telling the tale of Jesus Christ, the tale of God, brought in from multiple different sources and culminated together with different editions. So I mean, it's not even that there's like one solid foundation. There's different interpretations of Christianity. There's different interpretations of the faith. And so why this book, which seems to have so much variation, while also being the unalterable word of God? Oof.
Humanism is totally meaningless. Flourishing by whose metric? From my perspective, for instance, attempting to lie to people who claim men can be women isn't human flourishing. From Matt's perspective, it is. Why? Why should the collective of humanity lie and say men can get pregnant? Why should they say that men can have periods? Things which are categorically and obviously false.
So instead of talking about the science around God and the existence of God, or where
are we fucking serious? Why is this not working?
The likelihood of the Bible being true.
Why are like macros not working?
Successive secular societies. We're just gonna.
What is wrong with this?
This is gonna descend into a trans debate, isn't it? This is just gonna be, if your science is so smart, is a man and a woman a woman? Is that gonna be the debate? I can already see it. I can already see it going from a mile away. I can feel it. I can feel the energy shifting.
That preserving homosexuality in society is good for human flourishing, even though they are reproductive dead ends. And that Western society and egalitarianism is superior to those evil theist society, even though the Western nations can't even reproduce their own populations, but instead have to replace their population with foreigners from those theist nations that can reproduce. Let's start with a basic societal question.
Wait, does a higher population growth rate mean you're a more flourishing society? If that's the case, then Gaza and the West Bank are immensely flourishing societies. Because as far as I know, Gaza's population has been increasing for a very long time. A lot of areas' population, even though they have high rates of poverty, high rates of violent crime, high rates of sometimes drug addiction and drug usage, and sometimes high rates of terrorism. Just like, I don't know if I would use population growth as one of my main metrics for success.
I'm starting to think this one doesn't really work either.
Why population growth? I think because he's arguing that he's saying that secular societies are flourishing, but I disagree with what is flourishing and what isn't. So let's line up what Matt's version of flourishing is. He's probably going to talk about higher GDP. He's going to talk about higher living standards. He's going to talk about individual liberties being respected.
I don't have a target.
He's going to talk about stuff like that. And what are we going to get from Andrew? Is it population growth? They're not trans people?
West, who has now embraced a scientific and non-theistic approach to governing. Super basic question every kindergartner knows. If you don't believe me, go watch Kindergarten Cop. The question posed to the Western nation is, can a man be a woman?
Why it's not working.
All right? To the question of if a man could be a woman, they say the answer is yes. And the way we will decree they can be a woman is by simply saying that woman now means male. Problem solved. Thank you, secular humanists. Thank you so much.
Whose position is that? Woman now means male? I don't know what that... Okay. I don't know what he means by that.
Nope, not kidding. Why, you ask, would people be...
I don't know of any definition of woman that is just woman now means male. I don't remember this at all.
This over the top stupid? Well, it's simple. The good is the good, man.
What is this?
No player Uncle Raj is screaming. If you don't call these deranged lunatics something they obviously aren't, they might self-terminate, so in order to avoid that, we need to make everybody on planet Earth lie to them. This is human.
What's like if this is how we're doing? If we're doing population growth, if population growth is the way, then would we say Pakistan is a particularly like flourishing society today? What about Afghanistan? Taliban Afghanistan. Look at population growth. What like, okay.
Still not doing
Just
it.
redefine shit, pretend it's true. How laughably absurd.
What if I
this
just
whole
make
thing
it just
Matt will
pet
also say,
attack?
I remain
Is that like the
unconvinced.
problem?
Well, Matt, I'm also going to use your standard. I need for you to 100% convince me beyond a shadow of a doubt that males can have babies. What's the answer going to be? No, Andrew, you big stupid. Males can't have babies. Men can have babies. Because we just defined man to include females, dummy. Well, Matt, I remain unconvinced. I'd like Matt to convince me that if you are a male and you are having sex with another male, which would not be allowed in my version of a secular humanist worldview, how is it that you're not just basically having sex with a guy with a wig on? I really want to know the answer to that question. Not just me, but all rational people who aren't lunatics also want to know why it's spam isn't a complete and total crock of garbage. Because I remain unconvinced that it isn't a total lie, and that these people don't just pervert the language to include their...
Is this, you know, this kind of feels like if I was to go into a show and we were supposed to talk about like globalism in the world today and like whether it's good, whether it's bad, and then I just dragged it all down to the war in Ukraine. And now people can understand why I'd want to do that, right? I probably know more about the war in Ukraine than other topics. I don't think anyone would doubt that. And I probably could argue the points on it, I think, more effectively than I can argue the points on other things due to that wealth of knowledge. And compared to the average person, I think in American politics, I probably know more. And so I could, you know, drag people down into the weeds and drag people down into that debate, or drag it into a debate that I know how to debate and I like debating, and maybe I have like 20 more dialogue trees than I would if I was debating this other topic. But it kind of feels like that a little bit. I don't know how this Christianity versus secular humanism, and we're just down to what is a woman? We're just back to the Matt Walsh question. I don't know if what is a woman is going to determine who has the best ethical framework or who's making the better societies. I don't think like if we were to like compare these different societies, let's compare. I think a better starting point would be for these two people to compare their metrics for success about what makes a successful society. Because if they have completely different metrics, and Andrews is population growth, while Matt Dillahunty is going to be quality of living, like GDP growth and economic production, or and who knows what it would be. I think a lot more people would, in that circumstance, probably side with Matt. But I mean, I don't know. I won't know until they've listed it all, and that would be a better starting point than, I think, what is a woman?
Their own perversions and then add human flourishing at the end. Matt has said he wouldn't make a law stopping 9-year-olds from having sex with each other. Not kidding. Now, I know this is going to sound a little bit totalitarian, but
One second. Let me see this. Matt's significant other is trans, I think? Oh. Oh, boy.
would in fact create laws that made it a crime for a 9-year-old to have sex with their 9-year-old. I would hold the parents criminally liable for allowing this to happen in my evil authoritarian society, where I don't even let 9-year-olds have sex or the parents go straight to jail for negligence. Now, I think that's better for human flourishing. I think maybe parents would be far less likely to let their 9-year-olds do that if they went to jail. Stupid me. Next, I would in my authoritarian society decree that all simulated sex acts in public were criminal offenses and would make sure that all people went to prison for the crime of indecency, which doesn't assist with human flourishing, and I'd like to know why I'm wrong. Secular humanism can basically be whatever the hell you want it to be. It doesn't really need the principle of freedom or the
secular humanism can be whatever you want it to be. I don't know where, like secular. Well, you can, if you want to have a secular society, it has to be a society that accepts different religions and religious viewpoints, atheistic, Muslim, Jew, etc. Like you can't be like an authoritarian, like Islamic fundamentalist country and be secular. It's not whatever you want it to be. there's definitions that nobody can describe the Mujahideen as a secular, you know, not the Mujahideen, but the Taliban as a secular government. It can't be whatever you want it to be.
Starting axiom of freedom and peace in order to postulate whatever it wants. It's sloganeering. They're slogans. They don't mean anything. Okay? Why do 9-year-olds need to be able to have sex in order to advance humanity? Why do we need to lie about a person's sex in order to advance humanity? Why are these things necessary for human flourishing? Why are decency laws bad? Why would Christian ethics stop flourishing when the theist mandate is to reproduce and the secular mandate is let's just all have sex and have fun, bro? That sounds way worse for human flourishing. In fact, I would say
we're really back to the reproduction stuff. So it's indecency is why we're not flourishing, because I'm looking for reasons as to why the Christian worldview will flourish more than the secular humanist worldview, or their societies would flourish more. So it's the indecency, it's the indecency, it's the population growth, and it's trans. These are the three black horses of secular humanism.
not reproducing is the worst possible thing for human flourishing, because if there's no humans, how do you flourish? So, I guess, in essence, step 1, I remain unconvinced. Step 2, I need to be convinced, so I am no longer unconvinced. And step 3, but God not real though doesn't matter here. I've already granted it to still demonstrate just how stupid this ideology actually is. With that, I'll yield my time, and I'm happy to get into it.
Hey, James, I just sent you a message.
All right. We are going to kick it into an open discussion, so 50 minutes, and let's kick it.
No, I don't think so. I'm not going to sit here and dignify the preparation that I went through and what people were here for.
You're so indignant.
Keep interrupting me.
I am. Okay. You're so indignant.
Would the moderator like to step in so that I can finish what I'm saying?
Please, Matt. Please. How dare someone have an opposing worldview?
I'm not going to sit here and dignify what was supposed to be a debate about Christianity versus secular humanism, which one's better for the world.
Yes.
With someone who clearly showed up with an agenda that has nothing to do with that. Someone who refers to trans people as deranged lunatics who will self-terminate if you dare to question them.
How am I wrong, Matt?
Someone who misrepresents a quote from a debate where I said I wouldn't make a law about 9-year-olds having sex being legal with respect to the 9-year-olds, not that I was in any way in favor of it, and that I was actually opposed to it, which I addressed during that debate. But moreover, this is not remotely an honest interaction on the front of whether or not secular humanism is valuable. Because this, when he presented his position here, has nothing to do with secular humanism. From the get-go, it's all about me. Matt thinks, Matt thinks, Matt thinks. I'm giving what Matt thinks, what Matt thinks, what Matt thinks, what Matt thinks.
Matt's position.
I came in with the Secular Humanist Manifesto. I came in with positions that aren't just that aren't merely my position.
Oh, well, as long as multiple people hold the position, it
this
makes it
guy's
valid.
not serious, and I'm leaving. James, if you want a refund, you
well,
let me know.
good day, sir. And I'll cover your refund, Mr.
Cool.
Matt.
He just said he'd cover my refund.
I would cover his refund. No.
Damn.
Nope. Nope.
Good day to you. See you later.
No, I'm not going to dignify a debate with someone who walked in to trash talk people and be smug and all of the things that he's being right now. He's already said he will cover my expenses. You don't have anything to worry about. This debate is over. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Jackass.
Did you call me a jackass, Matt? Well, you and your husband have a good day, Matt. Have a wonderful day, Matt. Yeah. Yeah. No, that was fine. I mean, if you're going to take a parting shot, I will too, Matt. Yeah. No, your parting shot's correct. Oh man, tough crowd.
I mean, I don't think I would have walked out If I was Matt, I would have just stuck to my points about secular humanism. Like I said, I would have started from the starting points of what is a flourishing society, what isn't a flourishing society. I can understand him wanting to avoid making this a what is a woman debate, because that's not the debate he prepared for. He prepared for debate on secular humanism. If I went in to debate, like, I don't know, like marijuana legalization, and all of a sudden someone was trying to debate like the crack trade with me, I'd be like, this is not what I thought we were debating. I thought we were debating marijuana legalization. I can understand that, but I just can't imagine walking out of a debate. Maybe just the debate bro culture that has infested my mind makes so I'll never walk out of a debate, but I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it. I would have just hammered my points and just keep hammering my points. But Dylan, you have a supernatural level of patience. I can't believe the amount of time you spent talking to some idiots. Yeah, that is true. I guess I have more patience than maybe the average debater, maybe person.
Gifted 2 tier 1 subscriptions. As a trans woman, the stuff he was saying was just vile hate, so I get it.
Yeah, I could imagine. The problem is with Andrew is Andrew loves pushing people's buttons, and you can tell it from the way he says things. You can tell it from the smugness in which he delivers things. And this is something I don't even think he would deny, that he loves pushing people's buttons by saying what he probably believes is the based, real, unfiltered truth that people don't want to accept, but I'm gonna be like the truth teller that says it anyway. And so he will not only make his points, he'll make his points in the most he'll say it in the most provocative way possible, like how he talked about trans women in that conversation. We'll say it in the most, he seems fake. I believe Andrew believes what he believes. I don't believe Andrew is putting on an act. I don't believe Andrew is a grifter or anything. I believe Andrew believes what he believes. But I also believe that in order to get across what he believes, he will also say it in, number one, the smuggest way possible, and number two, the most provocative way possible, in order to get a rise out of people. And combine that with the fact that the other person in this conversation didn't want to have a what is a woman debate, but wanted to have a debate about the principles of secular humanism and whether they're better or worse than, say, a Christian or Christian nationalist society, which, Andrew is a Christian nationalist. He espoused multiple times during his intro certain Christian nationalist beliefs he has, certain or Christian beliefs that he has, like what he believes about decency laws, what he believes about he was expressing some, but then I don't understand why we needed to focus specifically on population growth as a metric for success. I don't understand how that is necessarily a metric for success. I can understand why not having a decreasing population is good, but I don't understand why that metric of success would beat out the metric of success that secular societies have based themselves off of.
Try to get to level 11, and that'll
if
be
Matt
that.
would have stayed and hammered those points about comparing secular societies to non-secular societies, comparing their economic output, comparing their standards of living, I think that he could have.
Truth is, you don't walk out of a debate like that ever. Demand a refund, what are you doing? Could you imagine trying to come off as the rational one there?
Done very well, or there's a good chance he could have done well. I won't know because they didn't see it. So I'm of the belief that it probably would have been better to stay. But I mean, I'm me. I'm not Matt, and I can put up with I've talked to Andrew before. And I've sat through debates with Andrew before, and I've watched him debate before. I hear the things Andrew say, and some things he says makes my skin crawl, but I sit down and I get through it because it's, I've talked to people I disagree with. That's fine for me. It's not fine for everyone else. Population growth. What's South Sudan's population? Very Christian country, South Sudan. Fought a war over it. It's went up, went down a little bit. Burundi, Somalia. Oh my God, Somalia's popping off. Oh my God, it's a paradise over there. It's a paradise over there in Somalia. They're popping off. They're popping off over there. They really know the faith. I don't really have anything else to say about this. I really don't. I don't got anything else to say about that. I don't know what else what I expected, but man, I'd like to see the fallout a little bit. I want to see the fallout.
No, you guys got to cover your own costs. So
I agree that what Andrew said wasn't. Well, hold on. Like I'm already Like that does come off.
the presentation of a correct worldview.
See, you see what I mean? He knows what he's doing. You can see it. You can see it in his eyes. You see it in his eyes.
I can't.
He doesn't have the cigarettes to hide the shit-eating grin today.
That Matt left. Like I would like Matt to refute and explain to Andrew, like, hey, here's why calling people lunatics isn't an argument, and this is intellectually lowbrow.
So it seems like you lost the debate. It seems like you didn't have an argument to begin with. So I'd like to know. So
Because I fled the debate stage?
Yeah, where's your degree in psychology to understand these concepts?
Do you need a degree in psychology to know what a man and a woman are, sir?
Oh, is it just gonna be, I don't want to watch a fucking trans debate. I wanted to watch them talk about like how Christian legislation will help improve society over. I thought that's what it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be in that originally, honestly, I thought it was gonna be in that Andrew eventually said, if we ban the gays and we'd stop all the diseases, and then we stop the diseases, and then we have a better society. And then that's and then Matt's like, I'm not gonna honor this nonsense, and he walks off. I thought it was gonna be something like that. I don't want to watch this anymore. I don't want to watch this debate. I'm not interested in this.
Please, please, for the love of God, you have to stop hiding because you think if people read it, it's bad. 2 soldiers sustained gunshot injuries. One of them suffered an injury to his knee from non-IDF ammunition as soon as he descended from the helicopter. That means they had at least one firearm of their own. The other suffered an injury to his stomach from an IDF weapon snatched from one of the soldiers, meaning at least one gun was taken and shot at them, and at least one bullet landed. One soldier was stabbed with a knife. To the Turku Commission's view of that, and then to the IDF website of that, it is 2 wildly different tales. 2 unimaginably different tales in terms of what happened, which is frightening. The whole reason why I wanted to deep dive on this issue wasn't just because Finkelstein is poisoning the brains of my friends, okay? But I was just really interested because the UNHRC, I want to say HCR, HRC is attesting to 6 of the passengers were killed in a manner consistent with an extra-legal, arbitrary, and summary execution. Shot while not participating in activities that represented a threat to any Israeli soldier. And then summary executions, they give almost no evidence for this whatsoever. Somebody sent me yesterday, we didn't find this yesterday, what Israel put out, holy shit. Just as a final end on that flotilla thing, Israel published what they brought off that boat, and holy shit. The extreme violence, I just want to read this. This is wild, okay? Jesus. The extreme violence demonstrated by IHH operatives and their supporters and the confrontation with the IDF on board the Mavi Marmara had been, at the fundamental level, prepared in advance and carried out by a hard core of dozens of violent operatives. It required to prepare in advance standard weapons and to make improvised ones. The standard weapons and the designated equipment were loaded on the Mavi Marmara in the port of Istanbul without any security check. Analysis of the weapons and equipment clearly shows that the plane was active fighting rather than passive resistance, as recently claimed by IHH operatives and other activists interviewed by the media. The large quantity of both standard and improvised weapons and equipment found on the Mavi Marmara were designed for the following two uses. A, actual weapons meant to harm IDF soldiers attempting to board the ship. Those weapons included firearms, probably one or two, we'll get more to this later, and a variety of cold weapons, Molotov cocktails, iron bars, wooden bars, axes, knives, work tools, slingshots, stones, as well as assorted packed nuts and bolts.
Right,
also loaded on the ship were circular saws for cutting railings and chains to make improvised offensive weapons, and probably used to cut climbing gear used by IDF soldiers. And then B, defensive equipment meant to counter IDF activity and reduce injuries to the violent operatives fighting IDF soldiers. That equipment included bulletproof vests, including military-issue ceramic bulletproof vests, binoculars, communications devices, night vision goggles, gas masks, headlamps, and smoke flares. Also loaded on the ship were diving gear and fishing harpoons, possibly based on the assumption that the Israeli Navy would attempt to hit the ship from underwater. A field hospital was also built on the ship to treat those injured in the confrontation. I don't know where these pictures came from, or if this was when the IDF was down here. Were they taking pictures in advance, maybe? They have this labeled as preparations for the violent confrontation with the IDF, a field hospital built on the ship. The violent confrontation on the Mavi Marmara, active fighting planned in advance rather than passive resistance. 3, in interviews granted to various media, IHH leader Bülent Yildirim and other activists who were on board the Mavi Marmara portrayed the fighting against the IDF as passive resistance, bringing up the claim that non-lethal force was used for self-defense against IDF forces. 4, a BBC reporter, Panorama, August 16th, showed Bülent Yildirim videos shot on the Mavi Marmara in which IHH operatives are seen in a fierce combat with IDF soldiers using cold weapons. Yildirim did not deny the authenticity of the videos, claiming, however, that Israel stole these images from us, but we're not denying it. Oh, so I guess they're the ones that they took their own video, like Hamas, nice. When asked, that is not passive resistance, that is fighting. Do you see the bars? He replied, at this point, it has become beyond passive resistance because the Israelis had been firing from the start. Now, Israel says this claim is not true. These people defended themselves while being fired at. He further noted, if we organize another ship and Israel attempts to board it, we will use our right for passive resistance. We will throw them into the sea. Other operatives who were on board the Mavi Marmara also admitted that they had confronted IDF soldiers, claiming that they acted in self-defense and used non-lethal force.
10 years. And it's not working
Eyüp
right now.
Gökhan Özkan, the advisor to the BBP party, chairman who took part in the flotilla on behalf of the party, said that the people had decided to defend themselves within reasonable limits. Even Greenpeace activists do not surrender that easily, he said. He admitted that, prior to the actual flotilla incident, the Muslim leadership had made a decision to resist any attempt by the IDF to take over the ship, claiming, however, that there were no weapons on board the Mavi Marmara. Former Marine soldier Kenneth O'Keefe, a British and U.S. national who is listed as an Irish citizen on the passenger list, and said the following: I was given the opportunity to either be a part of filming or witnessing or actively defending the ship, and I made a decision to defend it. Question, although that could lead to confrontation? Answer, yeah. The real problem here is the occupation, the blockade. That's the problem. It must end. Now, if it requires confrontation in which we use non-lethal force to defend ourselves and our mission, so be it. 6, when Lubna Masrawa, the Free Gaza coordinator of the flotilla, was asked whether the political goal of drawing attention to the Gaza Strip was worth the price in human lives, 9 operatives who were on board the Marmara were killed, she said that there was no resistance without paying a price. 7, it should be noted that 7 out of the 9 people killed had declared, either directly or through their relatives and associates, their wish to die as martyrs. That was the Mashid stuff, I think. Mashid? Was that it? Evidence showing IHH operatives had firearms in their possession. 8, the information that we have indicates that the operatives who fought against the IDF on board the Mavi Marmara had 1 or 2 firearms, at least one of which was used against the Israeli naval commandos as soon as the first soldiers repelled from the helicopter. The operatives threw those weapons into the sea during the fighting to avoid incriminating themselves. In addition, IHH operatives used 3 weapons grabbed from the Israeli naval commandos against the IDF. 2 of them appear to have been thrown into the sea. Okay, now how do they know they had firearms? How do they know they had pistols? Hold on, we're getting there, okay? According to a testimony from a senior Israeli naval commando officer, supported by forensic report, 4 shells not in use by the IDF were found on the Mavi Marmara. I think these are 9mm rounds. Furthermore, 1 Israeli naval commando soldier was hit by a 9mm bullet not in use by the IDF as soon as he descended from the helicopter to the ship. It's unclear what weapon used it. It may have been a gun. Probably a gun. Among the equipment found on the Mavi Marmara was also a telescopic rifle sight. The rifle itself was not found. Commando soldiers who took part in the battle also testified that live rounds had been fired on them. More evidence on the firearms used by the operatives who confronted the IDF. The captain of the Mavi Marmara, who was questioned by the Israeli naval commandos during the fighting about weapons in the possession of the operatives, said that the weapons had been thrown into the sea from a testimony by a senior commando officer. In an interview granted to a Turkish newspaper, IHH leader Bülent Yildirim admitted that the weapons taken from soldiers and neutralized by IHH operatives had been thrown into the sea. It was his claim, however, that they had not been used. We took their weapons, and using them would have been considered self-defense. We threw them into the sea, however. Communications between the Israeli naval commando soldiers on board the Mavi Marmara and the boarding operations headquarters show that they were shot with firearms while on the ship. For example, a soldier is heard asking, they had real weapons. Another soldier shouts under pressure in response, yes, yes, real weapons, they're firing on us. Unclear sentence, possibly it's real weapons down here. And then, probably addressing his fellow soldiers, live weapons below, be careful. Live weapons below, be careful. Panorama BBC, August 16th, playing back a recording of the exchange. Following are the offensive weapons found on board the Mavi Marmara. 100 metal bars of various lengths. The bars had been made from the railings of the ship. 7 electric circular saws had been loaded on the ship to cut railings and chains into improvised weapons, iron bars and iron chains. Bülent Yildirim admitted that his men had used iron bars, claiming, however, that they did so to defend themselves from the Israeli commando soldiers. An IHH operative injured in the fighting, probably on the upper deck of the Mavi Marmara, told a BBC reporter, at that point we cut metal bars from the ship. We didn't have many of them. If the Israelis reached the ship, we were going to use them. That was our intention. Here are the pictures that the IDF posted, just to be clear, of the metal bars that they confiscated. And then iron bars cut, to cut things from the railings of the ship. Or iron bars cut from the railings of the ship. These are the saws over here. Circular saws loaded on the ship to cut the railings and iron chains, according to a testament. And then iron bars cut, to cut things from the railings of the ship. Or iron bars cut from the railings of the ship. These are the saws over here. Circular saws loaded on the ship to cut the railings and iron chains, according to a testimony given by Mavi Marmara Chief Officer Gökhan Gökhan. Such saws are not normally found on ships. B. 50 wooden clubs improvised from readily available items on the ship. Also found were standard clubs that had been loaded on the ship and hidden inside rolled up blankets. Improvised clubs made from cutting iron railings on the ship. Preparations for a possible confrontation. Operatives are seen putting on bulletproof vests and equipping themselves with iron bars. Standard and improvised wooden clubs found on board the Mavi Marmara. Club-wielding operatives preparing for the confrontation. Visible in the middle of the photograph is a pack of rolled-up clubs about to be unrolled. Can somebody tell me what video all this comes from? Is it posted somewhere? I'd be super curious to see if there's like a full... Lycan said, were they allowed to defend themselves? You said no last night, Destiny. No, they almost certainly were not allowed to defend themselves, number one. However, number two, they're not defending themselves, Lycan. The whole point of this is they were preparing for physical conflict before any IDF soldiers even boarded. They were going to fight. At least 50 of them were, right? Operatives confronting IDF soldiers and beating them with clubs. We saw this, yeah. 200 knives of various sizes. Most of the knives were taken from Mavi Marmara's kitchen and its 6 cafeterias. In addition, dozens of packages of knives have been brought on board, each about 7 inches long to be used for combat. Various kinds of knives used as weapons. On the bottom right is a dagger. Boxes of knives loaded on the ship, knives and boxes of knives. An injured IDF soldier taken by IHH operatives to the bottom of the ship. Damn, they were recording this whole shit? Both photographs show an operative on the right holding a knife. 20 fire axes taken from the ship's fire cabinets. Several Molotov cocktails. A senior Israeli naval commando officer related that he had seen a stack of Molotov cocktails on board the Mavi Marmara. 100 work tools of various kinds. Hammers, some of them weighing up to 10 pounds. Screwdrivers, picks, and other work tools turned into improvised weapons. 100 units of pepper spray. Various kinds of slingshots. Some of the slingshots had inscriptions saying Hezbollah. Also found were about 1,500 marbles and stones of various sizes, as well as nuts and bolts intended to be thrown at Israeli naval commando soldiers. Packed and assorted marbles on the right. Packed and assorted nuts and bolts. Slingshot with an inscription of Hezbollah. Defensive equipment. The following defensive equipment was found on board the Mavi Marmara. About 150 bulletproof vests. Some of them were military-issue vests with a ceramic plate. Imprinted on the vest was the Turkish symbol, the crescent. The vests were also supposed to be used by the journalists who covered the fighting. Operative wearing the vest and equipped with binoculars, pile of vests. Optical gear, 4 telescopic sights, 20 personal binoculars, 4 night vision goggles. Optical gear seized on the Mavi Marmara, bottom right. Communications devices, a significant number of Motorola's for communication between operatives who took up positions on the ship. The information we have indicates that each and every hardcore IHH operative was equipped with a communications device to use during the ship's voyage. One of the ship's officers testified that communications devices had also been handed out to the ship's crew. However, they operated on different frequencies than those given by to the IHH operatives. Remember, from my perspective, this kind of looks like a January 6th thing where from what I've seen so far, and I think from what Israel has published, it looks like the majority of the people going here, were actually, they were legitimately just like activists. They were like, yeah, we're gonna go protest the blockade and blah, blah, blah. It seems like the majority, like at least 450 out of 500 people on the ship, they were literally just there as activists. But there were 50 of these other members, the IHH guys. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Butthole Wasabi. Hold on. Is it even worth responding? I don't know if this is worth responding to all the time. Destiny has no bias at all. He gets all of his info from Israel government websites. So last night, we literally spent 4 hours, okay, reading, it was 4 hours. We read, this was the Israeli published Turkle Commission on the flotilla incident. We read the ICC, okay, the International Criminal Court's take on the flotilla incidents. We read, not the entire things, but many segments of these, okay? We read the HRC's report on this, okay? And then we read a separate report to the Secretary General from a panel of inquiry from the United Nations, okay? So, no, we're not just reading Israel's take on this. 50 smoke flares, 300 gas masks, and another 200 protective filters. A senior Israeli naval commando officer testified that the operatives on board the Mavi Marmara had fought with gas masks on for a considerable period of time. 150 headlamps, diving gear found on board. Diving gear is part of the standard equipment usually found on a ship. In our assessment, however, it is possible that at least some of the gear, including the fishing harpoons, was brought on board in anticipation of an underwater attack on the ship by the Israeli Navy. Weapons which caused injuries to IDF soldiers. According to an Israeli Navy report, 8 IDF soldiers were injured in the fighting. 3 of them sustained serious to moderate injuries. All of the injured soldiers were part of the group, which descended from the first helicopter and was met with strong resistance from the Turkish operatives, okay? Strong resistance from the Turkish operatives, in my opinion, okay, is dramatically underselling what happened. What was the video that we watched? Does anybody remember the name? Hold on, we're watching this again, okay? Just drill this into your guys' minds. Fuck. Does anybody remember the name? Was it a BBC video? It was ABC? Flotilla fighting Mavi Marmara. Oh, it was this. Oh, fuck, only a minute. This is published by the IDF. I don't want to be biased, guys. Was it ABC?
Fuck. So tired.
Oh, it was this. These are the naval commandos coming down. These are I'm guessing these are IHH members. So these guys have bulletproof vests on, gas masks on, and then whatever improvised weapons are with them. That's a soldier getting thrown overboard. Sorry, it's not funny. Soldiers being beat with overboard. These are the naval commandos coming down. These are I'm guessing these are IHH members. So these guys have bulletproof vests on, gas masks on, and then whatever improvised weapons are with them. That's a soldier getting thrown overboard. Sorry, it's not funny. Soldiers being beat with metal bars. Remember, 3 of these soldiers were injured so badly that they were able to take them down to the hold and then dump them off with the other passengers. However, now, like I said, I don't think I've read it exactly this, but the feeling that I get is the hardcore dudes up top, when they injured soldiers and brought them below, when they brought those soldiers below to the other people, I'm pretty sure the people down there, they were just the normal activists. And the feeling I get is they were probably freaking the f out, because I think they saw them there. They had no idea what the f to do. They were like, why do we have these soldiers here? And then I think they take their weapons and they either toss them overboard, or the IHH dudes took the weapons, and then they just like, and then the soldiers basically just walk away. But my guess is the people below the deck probably were not ready for this level of violence. It doesn't seem like the IHH people informed all of the activists that this was the plan. That's the feeling. But after reading that report from today, it's absolutely insane that only 9 people got killed. Yeah, but the issue, yeah, but it also makes me understand that one, because the UN report, fuck, we might have to do a Human Rights Council dive. I think isn't the UNHRC relatively new? Maybe it wouldn't even be that much reading. Was this set up in the 90s? Is that right? That can't be right. 2000s? It's from 2006 onward. Oh, okay. I need to have a much better... I need to do a breakdown of like all of the international law, international community, like all of this, because understanding how all of these things function. Like I still technically, I don't know, like what is the ICC, the International Criminal Court? That's something that exists entirely separate from the United Nations. Is it a treaty or a body that countries sign to? Or when we talk about like international law, and then when you look at like the international, the IC, the International Committee of the Red Cross, I believe that, or maybe the ICRC cites international law, but they don't make international law. Yeah, I don't know. Figuring out like how all of these organizations interact with each other, it seems incredibly complicated. Oh, the USS the USS. Apparently, we are not currently signed to the International Criminal Court. Oh, but neither are these guys. Well, wait, hold on. That's not fair. Who is signed to the International Criminal Court? Okay, Israel apparently signed at one point, and they were like, "Fuck this." What is the yellow signatories? Signatory that is not ratified. And then, so that means what? You've signed, but your legislative body, I guess, hasn't agreed to it. So Saudi Arabia, okay. Jordan, fully on board. Cyprus, fully on board. Syria, fuck no. Turkey, fuck no. Wait, I'm sorry, this is Iraq. Iraq is fuck no. Syria has signed but not ratified. Egypt has signed but not ratified. Saudi Arabia said no. Libya says no. Iran has signed but not ratified. I'm guessing this dot is Lebanon says fuck no. They haven't signed it. Israel withdrew. Oh, and it looks like, is this supposed to be Palestine? Palestine has signed and ratified it. That must be the PA, I guess, right? Qatar has not ratified it either. That okay. So a lot of people in the Middle East, not a big fan. This is good to know for my brain. Okay, so interesting. When citing ICC or citing international law, not many people in the Middle East seem to give much of a f about this. But yeah, interesting. I wonder what when we say war crime. When we say war crime, is that as defined by the UN, the UNHRC, the ICC? Yeah, I wonder who, when we say war crime, Geneva Convention? Wasn't Geneva Convention, we have like articles and stuff, but that's not like I don't think the Geneva Convention is like an active body, is it? Our international humanitarian laws consist of 4 treaties and 3 additional protocols to establish international lists on humanitarian. It's got to be like the ICC or somebody.
Holy shit, chat, I'm floundering.
referencing like the
I'm
Geneva
gonna take
Convention,
a
right? I
couple
think-
hour break. I'll be back. I'm like about to pass out. I gotta eat shit, I think. Yeah, I'm struggling over here. Hopefully I'll be back at mid-afternoon. We only did 3 hours, so I kind of want to pump out a little bit more content today. So we're gonna